Hey, that's what I'm talking about. What is going on, everybody? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome, everybody, to a Tuesday stream. It is Tuesday, January 10th. And do not adjust your television sets, by which I mean your computer monitors. Do not adjust anything or your phone screens, because what you are looking at is the truth. It is the fact. It is the reality. We are, in fact, playing Phantoms of Fear. The illustration streams have returned. They are back. And it is exciting to have everyone here. Hello to Caro. Hello to Chaotix. Good to see everybody, and I hope everyone is doing well and looking forward to the continuing saga of Phantoms of Fear, live illustrated by the amazing and incredible TariToons, who I will introduce in just a moment. But before I do that, just a couple of reminders about ways to support us here on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube at !ArvTube and sub to us over there if you can. It's free for you to do that, but it definitely helps us out, and you can get all the content that we produce. I figured out the other day that we probably upload over there on average about 20 hours of new content every week to that channel, because you figure 2 streams on Tuesday, stream on Friday, stream on Saturday. Usually each of those is about 5, so it's about 10, 16, and then there's usually one other stream at that point during the week. So it's about 20 hours of new content every week that gets uploaded there. And we now have quite literally thousands of hours of content over the life of this channel that's uploaded over on the YouTube. So please spread the word about that and sub to us over there. That is much appreciated. You can also check out, of course, as always, our website for this, which is arvaneleron.com, and the Discord, !Arvcord, which is always hopping and has good stuff happening all the time. So you can check that out as well. Twitter is !ArvTweets, and as I say, website arvaneleron.com. Financially, !Arvshop is the merchandise area that is about to undergo a major overhaul, but you can get some swag over there to support the channel, and that obviously can look good at the same time. !Arvtreon is the Patreon. You can get things to inspire our players. That is now updated for the, by the way, for this month. You can get cool stuff for yourself and cool stuff for the channel, as we are back over 200 a month. So that support really helps because, again, it allows me to do stuff like, for example, pay for illustrations and things like that. So that is a big help and to the channel. And as I say, you can get cool stuff for yourself as well. Plus, you can sub to the channel and get those custom sub badges and emotes with that extra flair. Chaotix, of course, had a hand in a lot of the branding of this channel, and you can be a part of it and sort of show the emotes and things like that. And a lot of the emotes provided by the artist we have today, too, by the way, one TariToons. And more of those to come, incidentally. We've got more emotes down the line that we're going to be using. So you can get all of that, plus you can get inspirations to help the players as well by subbing to the channel. And as always, you can support us on the publishing side. !Icarus, speaking of art, for my Icarus graphic novel from Athos Arts. !Library is my Tales and Tomes in the Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And, of course, Grayshade, my novel which came out last year. And if you go over there right now, you can order that book now, and you can pre-order Renegade, which is going to be out later this year. Heretic, which is the 3rd and final book in the trilogy, Grey Assassin trilogy, that'll be out next year. The tabletop role-playing game, we're going to have an update for the Kickstarter backers on that in the next couple of days, being designed by one Mr. Brandon O'Brien. And then we've also got the audiobook done by one Mr. Trent Sparks that is going to be coming out later this year as well. That's all over there at !Grayshade. And as always, !BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. !Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and to reach out to others when they need help as well. And !Ukraine, Ukraine, to help the fine people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war. They are doing so with bravery and courage, but it continues to be a devastating conflict. This is our chance to step up and help, even if in a small but meaningful way. So, schedule note, we are doing Phantoms of Fear today. Then I'm going to be over at GogCom's Twitch channel at 4 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be playing over there more Chained Echoes, which I had a really good time with last week, and I'm excited to play some more of over there. Later this week, I do want to point out we've got more tabletop stuff going on Friday. If you like what we're about to do today, on Friday, you're going to get a chance to do more of it, because we've got Into the Unknown. So we are going to have some more Into the Unknown D&D with viewers, where chat makes decisions as we continue our playthrough of that really fun adventure. And then on Saturday night, we've got more of, I believe it is Eberron Tron Oracle of War, if I'm not mistaken, as Season 3 premieres. And you will want to be here for this, chat, because there is going to be a surprise and the premiere of Season 3. Not only a new video coming with a new outro, a new intro-outro video, but also a surprise. So you will want to make it. It's going to be there definitely for that too. Otherwise, it's good to see everybody. I hope everyone is as excited as I am. And I'm going to unmute myself now because it is my great pleasure to welcome back my good friend, someone who is very familiar to this channel, but doing something cool, which we haven't done for a while. And that is we are back with the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook series, and my friend TariToons is here. So what's up, Tari? How are you? How's life in the universe with you? Happy New Year.
Well, hello, Happy New Year. Yeah, things are good. Things are okay. Back to drawing, and very glad to be back, actually.
Yeah, so, I really am too. I'm super excited for it. And just so chat doesn't think that I've forgotten the real star of this show, let me direct your attention to that cover, Phantoms of Fear, and look at that. Look as if it is not. Now, you folks don't know because I have the privilege of being able to, be on Discord with Tari. So she has shown you some of the stuff she's been working on, but you have no idea, chat. The character arc, for example, for Shire Adventures, which is going to be launching in 3 weeks from now, sponsored by Free League. The character art being done by someone whose name rhymes with Blurry Balloons. Has been absolutely incredible. Like it oh my goodness. It is like, even for Tari, it is as good as Tari's ever done, which is saying a lot. So I cannot wait for you all to see it. It's super exciting. Well, yeah, you have an idea, Nari. Yes. Okay, fair enough. That's a little unfair. You have a little bit of an inside track there. But the rest of us mortals who get to watch this played. But yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, exactly. Hi, Larry Balloons. I am very, very excited to have Tari back to the stream and to be doing this stuff. And I believe, just one quick question. So you have this amazing setup, but you have kind of a newish setup, right? That you did not have in previous years. Do you want to talk about what that is?
So, like back when we started all of this, right? I was doing all of this digitally, but with like a small Wacom bamboo tablet. For those who don't know what that means, it's basically like I guess book size tablet without a screen. Like you only draw on it and look at your regular screen to see what you're doing. And the problem is that for some reason my hand would always cramp up when working with that one, and it was like causing my arm really bad all the time.
Right.
And then that tablet just died. So, and then actually Nari, who's like in chat right now, bought the new camera, the camcorder. And so I had been experimenting with using that one. So, and that worked out well. So we switched over to just doing traditional art. And would just like film my sketchbook basically.
Yep.
And then I like got into some mental health stuff, which is why I could not bring myself to go on stream for a while. And in the meantime, I bought myself a big old Wacom Cintiq tablet, which are hella fucking expensive. Thank you, Grandma, for the money. Which is basically a screen that you draw on. For those of you who don't know that,
I think I've seen Outstar from used to be from GOGCOM fame, like drawing on one of those enormous. I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, I don't have like one of the really huge ones. I have like one of the lower budget ones, like a what is it? Cintiq 16, I think. Yeah, 16.
But bigger than what you had, though, right? Wasn't it bigger than?
Oh yeah, much bigger than what I had. Yeah. Like this is like I think 3 times bigger than my old tablet.
Wow. Okay.
So
your hand doesn't cramp is kind of what
no, my hand doesn't cramp anymore with this one. Like like I also can't like draw as much as I could with like on a sketchbook, but it's like way fucking better than on the bamboo tablet. So yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been using that one for a while, getting a feel for it, and thus decided this should work for streaming. So yeah.
So we're back, chat. I'm super excited. Oh man, I have missed this so much. So I'm glad.
One more change.
Yes, please.
For those who are interested, like I also like last time I did digital, I used to work in Clip Studio Paint. but like I don't prefer working in that program because I don't like how it feels and everything. Just a personal preference. Apparently, it's a bit like I mean, in general, this program is amazing, but like I personally prefer working with Paint Tool SAI. And like for a while now, the beta for Paint Tool SAI version 2 has been out, and like I downloaded that one recently. And that one finally allows me to like double the drawing screen basically, which was like the whole issue why I couldn't use regular Paint Tool SAI to stream, because then you guys would see me rotating the canvas all the time and like zooming in really closely, and that would just look fucking stupid on stream. So that what I just explained won't mean anything to most of us, including Greg, I'm assuming.
No, what it means is that my friend is doing a little better, and what it means is that we get to have the benefit of your amazing artwork without you hurting yourself all the time physically. Yes. So that's a good thing, and that's worth everything to me. So that's great.
So yeah, like now I can work in Paint Tool SAI 2, which has still a few bugs and weird things about it, but for the most part, I'm very much enjoying it. So yeah, that's cool. That's what you're gonna see today.
That's great. Aridnel wonders, does it go to a 32-inch 4K model? He's like the overall Wacom, like the highest level one.
I think so. I think it goes even bigger, but don't quote me on that. There's like various versions that like are as big as desks sometimes.
Good God, 4K. I can't even imagine. I think I'd be too afraid, this is assuming I was an artist, which I'm not, but I would like that I would just like, I would touch something wrong and it's like, no, pixel dead, brrr, out goes $50 billion or whatever gets spent on it.
Well, I mean, the thing about Wacom is their stuff tends to be really good quality. I sound like I know things about this. I don't actually know much about this. I've never like really deeply looked into this. I just watched a few review videos on YouTube about tablets, and it's like everything came down to probably want a Cintiq. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 4K in
I'm not worried
too.
about
that
the thing
sounds
breaking
right,
anytime soon.
I gotcha. Yeah. The screen, Runo points out it's also like $4,000 in dollars too. Yeah, I'll bet it is. No, I mean like this, so obviously the medium and the message is really important, right? And the fact that Tari's art skill, the question is how one translates it to other forms, and so you've had a chance to see some of that here. And like I said, when you actually get a chance to see, you'll see Tari's work done with both overlays. Some of that has been posted in the Discord if you want to check that out right now. But then also character art for the Shire, new Shire adventures, as I said, is amazing. Like, so it's great stuff. And I don't even get me started on like the history, the genealogy work that she's done on who belongs to whom. It's going to be great. You will not want to miss it. It is quite a rabbit hole, or a hobbit hole, I guess.
Like the past days, I was just digging through like various wikis surrounding Tolkien stuff to compose a family tree for all Hobbit characters that show up in the
It's really impressive. You should see the original chart. Like the original chart is one of those like you have to blow it up to like 32 million resolution to even like zoom in enough to see it. It's just this. Oh my goodness, I was very impressed. So Tari is back. No, she really has. It's something else. So Tari is back. We are back with Fighting Fantasy, and let's talk a little bit about what happens in this book. But before we do that, we need to figure out a soundtrack for today. So let's see what we've got. If you have any immediate thoughts, Tari, I'm fine with that. Otherwise, we can see what we've got. Phantoms of Fear. So we're talking like
vibe?
It's like, okay, so it's sort of dreamish horror forest. So I would say kind of like almost like Dark Fairy might be the vibe that you might get from it.
Mask of the Betrayer soundtrack?
Oh, that's a good one, yeah. See, this is why I asked these things. Okay.
Well, I mean, like also our player characters, like kind of a little bit like Gam from that game. So that's like
yes, that's true. Actually, yep.
When this Jake
that is true.
Can you hit me with the soundtrack, please?
I will do that in just a second. Thank you to Effect Life with a resub. 21 months. Yes, Effect Life. I figured you'd be happy about this. And we are using, of course, Effect Life's ARVBot Plus for this. So we've got all of these extra like bells and whistles now on that side. Okay. So.
How effective.
Yes, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Okay. This is. Yeah, this is perfect, actually. Okay, I will link that up in Zoom. There you go. Mask of the Betrayer, which of course we did play on the channel. I think that was like 2 years ago.
I forgot about that. That was like really recently.
Yeah, it was. It was like, I think it was a year and a half ago. I think it was late 2021. Is there an OST for The Forest? Ooh, there probably is. We should all just add plus to our names. They won't be able to see rolls. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, let me see. Roll. Oh, you're quite right. I was wondering, I was trying to squeeze it in there, Effect Life, because I'm like, it doesn't seem like it fits quite right. Okay, yes, that makes much more sense than what I was doing. Yeah. That's much better. That actually makes sense. Okay.
My stupid headset won't play the stupid music. I don't understand why.
Oh, that's wrong. That should not be right. It should not be allowed.
I'll just give me 1 second. I'll switch to my
problem. I'm gonna.
This is too annoying.
Gonna adjust this roll window anyway. All right. There we go. Make sure that's not quite centered, but it will be in a minute. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. See? You shouldn't cook with gas, by the way, chat. America just announced that they are considering a ban on gas stoves because there is an increase, apparently. Children who grow up in households with gas stoves have, on average, a 17 to 20% greater chance of developing asthma. And I was like, and we've heard rumors of problems with gas stoves. We have an old one, or an older one that's, it's fine, but and at the time it was a very good one, apparently, but something I have to think about in terms of like down the line, we may replace, at some point we may replace it with an electric because it might be safer. Anyway, okay, so now the dice roll is working, and now let's talk a little bit, now that we have our soundtrack, let's talk a little bit about what is going on in this game, chat. Now, for those of you who have not played before with us, the way that these work is... Right. Okay, so then, so if I do the checkbox, oh, I see what you're saying. So in other words, you're saying I should probably include the roll thing above it then is what you're saying. All right, let me fix that. So.
Also, I'm back. Hello.
Oh, you're on a different headset. I can hear.
Is my volume and everything fine?
Your volume is fine. Okay, so you're saying like checkbox is used to show rolls that were rolled in chat. So like so Effect Life, are you saying like this? Not necessarily. Maybe just include like the top. Yeah, I actually think I want to include what I had there, I think. So let me do that. Yeah, exactly. No, I hear you, Rudnell, for sure. Yep. Okay, that's that. I think that's right. Good, lovely work.
How good this music is. I hadn't listened to the soundtrack in a long time.
It is really good. It is really good. Okay,
also, very good game. Highly underrated.
Yes, Mask of the Betrayer is excellent. And that's, I think it was Chris Avallone, I think this was.
Correct.
Who did a lot of this work, yeah, I know, but...
So, like, people who really loved Planescape Torment, you will get your fix from this game as well. Like, absolutely.
Absolutely. Just have to make sure I skip
also,
ads that are on here.
Canonically, 2 of the characters are related from those games. I don't remember who it was.
Oh, interesting. We're talking about Neverwinter Nights 2, Caro, Mask of the Betrayer. Better than the main campaign, Mask of the Betrayer. Now,
that's not difficult.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's not perfect. There were a couple things that I don't remember what they were now that with Mask of the Betrayer that I was like, But for the most part, it was very solid. So, Okay, let's talk a little bit about what happened in Phantoms of Fear. So first of all, we are playing, again, for those of you who missed this, Phantoms of Fear. And the way this works is that chat actually works together to play our character. Our character is Grendel Flutterbane. In case you're curious, this was chosen by chat, this very name. And we have a few things to work with. We have our skill, which is basically our ability, our athleticism, our ability to fight in combat. We have a 10 out of 10 there. We have, excuse me, still a little bit of lingering cough from a couple of weeks ago. We have 7 out of 18 stamina, which means that we just got beaten up in a battle, I believe is what we had, and we're going to need to get some way to get health improvements down the line. We have 11 out of 12 luck, so we're feeling pretty lucky. 14 out of 14 is our power total, and that is what we use to cast spells. That's a little bit different than what we have with some of the game books. And we have at the moment 0 provisions. That's something that we're going to need to address. This game has been a little hard, one can say. We do have a named sword, Talessa. We have a hatchet. We have leather armor, a backpack. We have our potion of fortune, which restores luck to its initial value and adds 1 to it. This actually should not have 2 dashes there. And then we have a silver bow. In addition to that, we have we found out some clues and notes. The Elder Tree has 22 branches. We found out that we cannot use spells in Ishtra's domain, and I'll talk about Ishtra in a minute. And our save point is 146. Before we go to that save point, let me mention quickly just a little bit about the background here. So that we have that information. We are a wood elf in Northeast Cool. Our home is deep within the Affin Forest, which is a remnant of the One Forest of old. Our father was a warrior and smelled of elderberries. No, I'm kidding. Your father was a warrior and our mother was a shaman, and we have inherited both talents. We are not as mighty a warrior as our father, nor as adept at magic as our mother, but we are good to have around in a fight. We can weave a few useful spells, and we can enter into the dream world, which is a shaman's special realm. Both of our parents are gone, and we are now known as Eldenurin, Defender Shaman of the tribe. And the specific thing that we have here is that we have dreams that we can enter. Now, the problem we have is that the demon prince Ishtra is just beginning to gather a vast force of damned, chaotic, and evil creatures beneath our forest, with which he plans to overrun, stop me if you've heard this before, the entire world, starting with the Wood Elves. Ishtra holds all of his minions in sway by magical power and must be overcome. If his sway is broken, his army will have no organization and power. They will be reduced to civil war between themselves. His army is not yet large, so we have to go to face him while there's still a chance of penetrating his defenses. And so that is the deal. And it was our own voice that we heard. So it's a message from the gods, which means that they have made this clear. A demon prince like Ishtra cannot be killed by any weapon of any earthly race. Even the most magical sword of the high elves would not strike him down. And so the question is, what can your lesser powers do against him? But, chat, fear not, because the gods would not have sent us if they didn't think we could do it. And also, the gods had no idea. I mean, Ishtra has no idea what the Arvanauts can do, basically. So that's I think, really what's working on our behalf. So with that said, our save point here starts on 146. And so here we go. Late in the afternoon, you are resting against the trunk of a rotten tree. You are convinced that you are close to your goal. The feeling of oppression weighs down on you like a physical force, but you have more direct evidence than that. Chaos is beginning to taint the forest. You have seen a two-headed weasel scurrying through the putrid leaf mold. You have seen ivy with a trunk as thick as an ancient oak, and at one point the ground itself heaved underneath you. You didn't wait to see what caused it. Exactly right, Emily. Also, hi to Arudinel and hi to Triffid. Suddenly the tree you were leaning against gapes and tries to engulf you, but you leap away from it in time and say, "Not today, old man Willow." No, that puts paid to your plan of resting before the final push towards your goal. You are not going to stop for anything now. You pick up your backpack and freeze. A guttural call disturbed a raven from its branch, and the call was answered by another behind you, and another, and another. You are surrounded, and you don't yet know by what or by whom. Now it says if you have a companion, but I don't think we do have a companion, at least I don't believe we do. So it soon becomes clear what you were up against. A raiding party of 6 dark elves is closing in on you, flitting from tree to tree. As soon as you see them, your wood elf blood boils. This is our wood elf blood boiling, chat. These warped elves mock the goodness of the other elven races and deserve to die. Will we stand and fight, or will we run to try to break through their ever-decreasing circle? And so I'm going to fire up here our first poll. This is a simple one because it's just two choices. $ vote space 1 means we stand and fight. $ vote space 2 means we try to run to break through their decreasing circle. Now, there are 6 of them, apparently. So that's a lot. So just keep that in mind, chat. There are a lot of them. All right. And let's see how we do. So get your vote in now, chat. $ vote space 1 to stand and fight. $ vote space 2 to run. To Sir Robin bravely ran away.
Mm. Brave, 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 Sir Robin.
With his arms cut out and his tongue cut out and his eyes. Ooh, interesting. So we have a tie in chat. 2 people are like, we can do it. And 2 people are like, we cannot do it.
Like, not too long ago, I finally watched that movie in English, actually. Like, I only had ever seen the German dub.
Oh, yeah?
And people are gonna have my liver for this. But the German dub is way better than the English original.
Better?
It's so much
Really?
funnier. Yeah, they like cracked like a billion extra jokes in that one. And like, because of like weird translation things, there's like this extra level of like absurdity to it, which just...
I can imagine that, actually. Yes, that's funny. Okay, so we've got a 2-2 tie, chat. We need someone to break this tie. Are we going to stand and fight, or are we going to try to break and run and break through the circle of 6? I say again, 6 dark elves. Did I mention there were 6? There are 6 of these.
Dark elves, more like dork elves, am I right?
Dork elves, haha.
Ha-ha.
Got them. Notice, by the way, I don't know if chat can see this. This is the picture of Ian Livingstone. I don't know if it'll zoom in. If it'll. Let me try to go to main screen for a minute.
It's kind of blurry, but we can see a person with a mustache.
Let me try to do. There we go. It's mostly when Ian Livingstone had hair. It just feels very 80s to me. Like just, it is Sir Ian Livingstone now, I should say, is a different. Whoops.
Oh, has he been knighted?
There we go. Yes, he has been knighted. Which, you know, given the effect that he had, it deserves it. Yes, this one was Runaway. That is correct. $ vote 2. Okay, good. All right. Going once. Going twice. And, okay. Runaway it is. All right. Let's see what we got. This is your best course of action. Oh, good job, chat. We chose our best course of action. It will enable you to have a running battle with your opponents rather than face them all at once. The rules for this running battle are as follows. We have to fight each dark elf in turn. If the combat with the first dark elf lasts longer than 4 attack rounds, the second dark elf will have reached you and will have free strikes against you for however many rounds it takes to finish off the first one. When you have finished off the first dark elf, you turn to fight the second. The third will then have free strikes against you if you fail to defeat the second within 4 rounds. Any free strikes against you will reduce your stamina by the usual 2 points. Continue this procedure until you've defeated all 6 dark elves or until they have defeated you. Now, before we go on, I do want to mention one thing, which is about power. Spells can be cast in the free world, can be cast in the real world, not in a dream. But every time you cast a spell, you must reduce your power by 1 point. Now, one thing I want to remind everybody, there are times when power is kind of a catch-all stat in this particular book. So you cast spells using this pool. But in addition to that, the power points, there are times where it will ask you, is your power level at X, is it like higher or lower? So we want to be really careful about when we use these spells and when we actually don't. We can also use spells in battle only if it's feasible to do so. The book will tell you when you can. So right now it does not say that we can use spells on these dark elves, but I'm letting you know for later on that when spells are available to us, we don't want to like not ever use them when they have value, like they're there to be cast. We just want to be careful because power has other like qualities other than just giving us a pool. So, and yes, I would agree. Hitting hard at first is probably a good idea. So let me pop up the battle manager here. I'm going to have to add a few more. All right. I think it's okay to show everyone what we have here because we'll do 3 at a time. So let's see. First, Dark Elf. First Dark Elf has skill of 8. Skill of 8, I promise. Skill of 8 and stamina of 6. Second Dark Elf has a skill of 7, not 70, 7, and stamina of 6, not 60, 6. The third Dark Elf has a skill of 7 and a stamina of 7. The fourth Dark Elf. Now we have way better skill than these elves. The problem that we're facing here is how low our health is. So we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to do what we can here. Fifth Dark Elf is, let's see, 6 skill and 6 stamina. And the sixth and last Dark Elf is skill of 6, but a stamina of 8. Now, one last note, chat, which is a reminder that we can use luck in our battle to increase the damage that we do to others. And I would point out that we also have a potion of fortune, which restores luck to its initial value of 12 and adds 1 to it. So if need be, since we talked about wanting to hit these guys hard, we can probably do that, try to wipe them out fast if we need to, knowing that we can then take that potion of fortune and get our luck back. You can eat provisions, but you can't eat provisions in combat, but we're at 0 provisions anyway, Carol. We need to find more food. As I said, this book has been difficult. So, okay, so with that said, we have 4 rounds. 4 rounds. In fact, let me add a little statistic and show the fully operational power of this battle station. Attack rounds. So we're going to do this. We are at 4 out of 4 attack rounds. All right. And good. 4 to 4 attack rounds. Okay. So here we go. Now, chat, I need someone who would be willing to roll dice for us. I need someone who would be willing to roll the dice. Do I have anyone who is willing to roll 2 6-sided dice for the benefit of this? Caro, I'm happy to have you on board for this. Okay. Right. Okay. And you could use that. That's true. You could use $roll. It's okay. You don't have food. It's such a no, Emily. That's true, actually. Okay, Effect Life. So you can go and what is it? Effect Life. What's the thing that Caro can use? Is it $roll space to do 2d6? Can you show us again what that is, and then Caro will do it? $roll space what? Like that. Okay. Oh wow. All right. Well, we're not going to keep that for now, but that is useful to keep in mind. Okay. So, Caro, that's how you're going to do it. $roll space 2d6. I am also going to roll 2d6. Enable the checkbox. Oh, got it. Checkbox enabled. Oh, you have actual dice. Well, then you know what? As much as roll the actual dice, then let's not use we'll use the other one if we can. I like using actual dice if we have it. So obviously you're sworn to honor and, be an honorable person, Carol. So no, multiple 2d6, 12.
Mm.
Okay. So 2d6 and we're going to add our skill to it. And they are also going to roll. 6, 7, 8. 10. All right, 10 plus 10. Are you done with that picture? This is
Yes.
good. It's appropriate since we get to see our guy in action. Very nice. I love that opening one.
I need to save this.
Now this one, I don't know if this is a running, if you're interested in doing a running battle between the Dark Elves and our elf through a forest, but that is what we're doing right now. I can see it being a cool visual, but we also can wait on that if you want to.
No, Dark Elves are fun, I guess. How many was it?
6. But they're all we're doing this running battle, right? Like we're like running through trees, so we fight them one at a time, type of thing. All right, just 1 second, because there's an ad that I'm trying to. The only problem with this soundtrack is we get too many ads. Damn ads. And there we go. Good. Okay. Right. So rolled a 2 plus 6 plus 8 is a 16. A 10 plus 10 is 20. So 1 round down, he is down to 4 stamina. Okay, 1 round down. Okay, roll number 2, Caro. Roll number 2. Yeah, exactly. The speed she can draw this tablet is awesome as well. That's true. 9. Look at Caro bringing the rolls today. It's because Caro was so excited to play. A 14 is not going to beat a 19. So the Dark Elf bleeding heavily. 2 attack rounds left to knock 2 stamina off this guy. Also, we want to avoid getting hit, period, because we only have 7 stamina, so there's that too. All right, next roll, Caro, please. Again, the guy rolls a 14. 8 plus an 18. Outstanding. First Dark Elf defeated. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's see. So he's down to 0, which means that it's now up to the second Dark Elf. So now we turn and face the second Dark Elf. We again reset to 4 attack rounds. So it's getting lower. Okay, well, let's change that trend. Okay, so this one has got a skill of 7 and a stamina of 6. So go ahead and roll again, Caro. Let's get this going on. Another 8. So an 18. Oh no, they rolled a 19. 6 plus 5 plus 8. Well, listen. I mean, it's not going to be perfect all the time. That's down to 5 stamina. That was a pretty impressive roll by them. Oh, and also we're down by an attack round. Okay, 9. I like to see that. That is enough. 19 over an 18. Okay, so he's down to 4 stamina now. And we have 2 attack rounds left to get rid of him. An 8, so we have an 18. This guy, they rolled a 12. So we definitely hit him for that. Okay, we got 1 attack round left before the third Dark Elf shows up. I'm tempted to give a save point in the middle of this fight because this is a lot of Dark Elves in a row. 7. 13. Fortunately, I rolled like garbage for that one. So, second Dark Elf is defeated. Good. All right. We flit to the next tree. And now it is the third Dark Elf. Same skill level, but stamina is a little higher. So, let's see. So, 5, 3, 1, 0. Okay. Okay, now chat, question. Before you roll the next one, Caro. So chat, I have a question on this one. So this one has got 7 stamina. Do we want to use luck on this one if we hit to try to test our luck to get an extra point of damage? Here's why. If we do that, right, then that will drop him to 4, and that means we have a shot at beating him in 3 rounds. And even if we miss one, we can still beat him in the 4 rounds. Otherwise, we have to get him every time, or we're going to have the next Dark Elf show up. So basically, is this a time to use a fortune point, is my question. We'll hold on to that 10. We'll hold on to that 10. So chat, what do you think quickly? Should we use luck on this one if we hit? You could just tell me in chat quickly whether we should or we shouldn't. Everyone follows what I'm saying? Because we have 7 stamina here. We have 4 rounds to get rid of him. If we don't hit him one of those rounds, then we're definitely not going to do that. So if we hit him like an extra time. What's up, Redlear? Do it. Do all the things. Feels like a good time for luck. Okay. So let's see if we actually hit. That 10 should be a pretty good scenario. Good thing you rolled a 10 too. That's enough. Okay. So now we're going to test luck. So for this one, Caro, I need you to roll 2 6-sided again, and we're looking for an 11 or less. You're looking for an 11 or less. You do not want a 12 on this. You want an 11 or less. And if we succeed, then we will have got him down to 4. And then we can go back to our normal rolls. The Molson tier OST. I love it. Okay. Caro, what I was saying was that you need to roll 2 6-sided to test for luck, because we did hit. You're looking for an 11 or less. You don't want a 12. You want an 11 or less on 2 6-sided to see if we are lucky enough. And if we are, then we will have hit them for an extra point of stamina. 9. That will do it. So we're now down to 10 luck, but we got an extra point of stamina. Now we can go back to normal chat. We are back to 3 attack rounds, but he's down to 4 stamina. So now you can roll normally again. 2 6-sided. Now we're looking for max power. He rolled an 11, so we'd have to roll horribly to not... Yeah, that's fine. That does it, so we're down to 2. Okay, one more hit. We have 2 attack rounds to knock him down one more time. So one more awesome roll. Ooh, I rolled a 20. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, we got destroyed. And that was totally my bad. I wish I hadn't rolled a 20. Oh,
50M.
Yep, I know. My fault. I blame myself. Okay, 18. We're going to need an 8 or higher on this one. 8 or higher on this one. That was a good time to roll a 2 since I rolled a 20 anyway on that last one. Oh, wait. I got that wrong. He doesn't have an 8. He has a 7. So it would have been a 19. I guess it wouldn't have mattered, but anyway. So this is actually a 17. 7, so we tied. Okay. That's okay because no one gets damaged. That's all right because no one gets damaged because this is not an 18. It's a 17 because I gave him too much of a skill. So that's that means that we're down to 1 attack round, but we do have to defeat him this round. So... It was going so well. All right, let's try that again. Now it's back down to 14, which is a more rational number on my part. 7, that is enough, so we defeat him. Okay. Now he's down to 0, and so we are back up to our 4 attack rounds. Now, I'm going to put a save point in here. I'm going to make an executive decision because this is a very hard fight. And so I'm going to say that halfway through, we get a save point. So now we have 3 Dark Elves to defeat. We've defeated 3 of them. We have to defeat the other 3. So give me a second here. And we're going to roll an 8 here. And we're going to move this up to reveal the next 3. Okay. Good. So here we are. 4th Dark Elf. Number 4. All right, here we go, Caro. Now we have not only attack rounds, we also have to avoid getting hit a lot. This guy is tougher again. He's got an 8 skill. So I think you rolled an 8 for that first one, if I'm not mistaken. Was that 8 just before you started clapping, Caro? That 8 was the first of this combat, right? This new combat? Or was it the last of the last combat? Because I want to make sure I have the right one for each one. Okay, right. So let's see. So this one is a 12. He gets hit for that one. So he's down to 4. Now you rolled a 7 and he rolled a 14. So he's down to 2. Okay. One more roll. Let's knock this guy down. Oh, and we're also down to 2 attack rounds. 5. 13. Woo! Close, but we made it. All right. So now we're down to the last 2. Now, the good news about these guys is these are both low skill. These are the lowest skill ones we faced. So the last one has a lot of stamina, but we can worry about that later. So here we go. 5th Dark Elf. I rolled that wrong. That's an incorrect number. It should be a 17. Okay, tie. So we're down to 3 attack rounds. That's okay. That was terrible. 10. So whatever you roll on this one is going to be fine. But you still roll it anyway, Caro. So this is the next round. Right after that, hang on a second while I get through this stupid ad. Goodbye, ad. Okay, 4. That was a good time to have that 4 because I rolled far worse. Okay, now we are down to 2 attack rounds left. We got to get them on these ones. So here we go. 14. All we need is a 4 or higher on this one. Yeah, exactly. A 4 or higher on this one. God, our stamina's in such bad shape. We desperately need help. Okay, 6. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, we got 1 attack round left before the other Dark Elf shows up. We got 1 left, so we got to get him on this one. 17. That's a 7. Okay, the other one showed up, so we got to defeat him right now. We have to defeat him now because the 6th elf has showed up. So we got to beat him right now, this 5th Dark Elf. The time is now. The roll is what needs must. Six. Ugh. Shoot. That means that they're going to get... So what does that mean when he gets free strikes against you? And he free strikes against you if you fail to defeat the 2nd. Oh, so that means the other guy hit us for 1. Okay. Well, we are now in big trouble. We are officially in big trouble. We need to defeat this 5th Dark Elf, and then we got to run the table on this 6th Dark Elf. So go ahead and roll for this next one. You just need a higher than a 2 to beat him, to beat this guy now. Caro. Ugh, that 1 stamina point, though. 11. Okay, well, that was... destroyed him. Okay, last Dark Elf. So we don't have any attack round issue now because we've killed all the rest of them. So now we just have to defeat this guy normally. That should be a little higher. It should be a... Oh, no, it's the same, actually. So 12. Yeah, wasted 11. Okay, roll this one. We just need higher than a 2. You just got to beat him 4 rounds in a row. And we do have a 4-point lead, so... Okay, good. That's 1. Okay, a 14. We need it better than a 4. This is tense. This is tense, chat. Got the 9. 8. That's enough. Yep. Okay, he's down to 4. 13. All we need is a 3. Well, we need a 4, actually. A 4 or higher on this one. 10. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Last round, chat. Okay, a 16. So we just need a 6 or higher, Caro, on this last one. And we're playing in the Lakeshore Combat Mask of the Betrayer right now. 7. Woo! The last elf falls. We did it, chat. We did it even without having to go back to our save point. We're at 1 out of 18 stamina, but we did it. We beat the guys. We got them all. Oh, my goodness. That was a rough fight because of how low our stamina was. Thank goodness we had enough of a skill that we could matter it. And we still only used 1 of our luck because it was only the 1 time that it was appropriate. Oh, good work, Caro. Good stuff. That was very impressive. All right. Let me switch this up. I don't think we're going to have to fight 6 guys again. And if we do, then, well, then we'll have other problems, I suppose. All right, so give me just a second whilst I address that. Caro is the true warrior. Can we take a nap? I know. The problem is we don't have any provisions. This is the thing that we're running into, is that we have no provisions. Okay. If you win, turn to 392. Well, we did win. Add 2 luck points for surviving this extremely dangerous encounter with the Dark Elves. Hell yeah. Didn't even have to use our potion, so we're back up to 12 luck. Okay. You also gain a disguise. Since you reckon there will be many of Ishtra's troops underground, you don the clothing of a Dark Elf. Ooh, that's cool. So we are disguised.
Makeover!
Exactly. Okay, and I'm going to give us a save point there because of how low the freaking... The Dark Elves don't seem to have provisions. None of we desperately need health. Like,
what
in the
about
worst
eating
way.
the Dark Elves?
I mean, could we... That's just, I mean... I was about to start saying, and then I realized, could we on a bus? And all of a sudden I was like, green eggs and ham, but it's Dark Elves and ham. It was really not a good moment, really, this thing. Okay, I'm going to save this here, by the way. 391. Okay, here we go. Not long afterwards, but after nightfall, you come to the entrance to Ishtra's pit. It is not what you expected. Your friend who runs the Fantastic Fights podcast died in this fight. Oh, yeah, apparently the clothing is that cannibalism since they're a different race. Interesting. Yeah, it does not look like we're allowed to eat the actual dark elves, from what I can tell. 2 grand pillars of ivory flank the mouth of a tunnel, which slopes underground and is lit by guttering torches on the walls. Your dream was being symbolic, not literal, when it showed you a collapsed pit. These are probably natural tunnels which Ishtra has taken over and restored. You draw a deep breath, let it out slowly, and step through the gate of ivory. A flap of bats, disturbed by your presence, flap noisily out into the night. Do we have like a healing spell? We don't have a healing spell. Woof. Provisions, use your stamina wisely, blah, blah, blah. You don't start your adventure with any provisions. You have the opportunity to gather some along the way. Well, let's hope along the way is faster than it's been so far. Okay. As soon as you step between the pillars, your trained sixth sense picks up an important feature of Ishtra's underground domain. This is a place where the dream world and the real world overlap. You can travel through these tunnels in either world. Thus, throughout this final lap of your adventure, you could try to get to Ishtra entirely in the dream world, or entirely in the real world, or you could flip from one world to another. Wow, okay. Most remarkably, when you travel in the dream world in Ishtra's domain, your physical body moves too. It's not like being asleep when your body remains in the same place. It is rather that even though you were actually walking along, your awareness is only of the dream world. You are like a sleepwalker. Apart from the different adventures the two worlds offer, it should be noted that there are advantages and disadvantages to them both. For instance, you cannot expect to acquire physical artifacts in the dream world. On the other hand, while you were in the dream world, your physical body is invisible, but not immaterial, in the real world. I wonder if that's good because it means we can't get hit, since we have like 1 stamina point left. It should also be noted that when you cross from the dream world to the real world, you may be disorientated, it says. I don't know why it doesn't just say disoriented, and not know exactly where you are in the tunnels. Whenever a real-world paragraph is marked by an asterisk, and I can see those here, you can choose to flip to the dream world by subtracting 20 from the paragraph number, blah, blah, blah. Whenever a dream world paragraph is marked by a hashtag, you can choose to flip to the real world by adding and so on. You can flip from one world to the other in this way, whatever other choices the paragraph offers. You'll be offered the opportunity to flip only when it's feasible to do so. This is really interesting. For now, you step cautiously down the tunnel ahead of you. I hope that there are provisions in the dream world. Okay. You come to a fork in the tunnel. At the point where 2 passages meet yours, a large stone statue faces you. And I actually have a picture of this statue, or at least I think I do. Let me see if I can find it while Terry's working on the amazing drawing. The action combat we just had. Yes, I have something.
Am I gonna take a shortcut? Yeah. Otherwise, I'll be still working on this tomorrow. Because just drawing 7 characters in one picture is gonna take forever.
I found, by the way, the original of this that I'm about to show you, chat, was actually sold by the original artist, which is really cool. Okay. So hold on just a second. I am capturing as we speak. And of course, these just supplement Tari's incredible illustrations. In no way do these in any way override any work that's being done by Tari. Okay. I'm gonna put that like that. All right, Chad, here we go. You come to a fork in the tunnel, take it, seriously. A large stone statue faces you, which you recognize as a cryosphinx, a ram-headed sphinx. What's up, big boss? As soon as you draw near, portcullises slam down to block off the way onwards, and the cryosphinx speaks in a stone-cold voice. The left route leads further, the right to sudden death. You know that Sphinx's words are never quite what they seem. Now, we have 3 options here, chat, and I'll tell you why, because it's giving me the option to flip to the dream world. So, we can flip to the dream world, or we can stay in the real world and take the path to the left or the right. So, flip to, the dream world. Take path to left. Take path to right. And I'm going to open this now. So we can flip to the dream world. So either flip to the dream world, or we can take the path to the left, or take the path to the right. What do you want to do, chat? I will switch over for just a moment to see what... Ooh, I love that. Oh, man, that's super cool. Look at the shadowing. Oh, so good. I love the silhouette of the... Is that the shortcut you said you were taking? I think it really works, though.
Just doing silhouettes for the dark elves because.
But it works, though. I think it totally works.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right. I sense a lot of people are excited to flip to the dream world, which I cannot blame them for doing. Oh, I have to put a note here, by the way. Flip to dream world by subtracting 20. Flip back to real world by adding 50. Man, as if they needed even more things to make these things complicated. Yeah. It looks like chat is in agreement with you. I'm going to last call this. In case you're curious, the original artist for this is Alison Eldred.
So close from being called Eldritch. That would be...
that would have been pretty sick. This whole book, honestly, is very odd. I mean, like, I like it a lot, but it's just it is literally just horror dream type stuff. In case anyone's curious, by the way, this is book 28. And we left behind many books ago the number of books that I had as a kid because they only went up to a certain amount in the United States and then they stopped. So these are all the UK versions that were produced by Puffin. Okay. And, all right, we're going to flip to the dream world. You are instantly destroyed. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. What are portcullises in the real world are magical barriers in the dream world you still cannot get past. Lose 1 luck point and return. Oh, man. What kind of nonsense is this? So much for that idea. Oh, you asked what the Cryosphinx said. I'm sorry. The Cryosphinx said, and I quote, "The left route leads further, the right to sudden death." So the question is, what does that mean, chat? Because it says the Sphinx's words are never quite what they seem. So do we take our path? Question. Do we take our path to the left? That's $vote space 1. I guess they're trying to show you don't just think it's a get out of jail free card, I guess. $vote space 1 is to the left. $vote space 2 is to the right. And according to the Sphinx, the left route leads further, the right leads to sudden death, but the Sphinx's words are never quite what they seem. I must admit that I also do not trust this Cryosphinx. For one thing, because I keep thinking it's going to be like a frozen Sphinx. But it's not that spelling of cryo. If we get through this successfully, chat, in all of your honors, I will have my last remaining piece of beer bread with raspberry jam. It was very good. Beer bread. And it's funny because, obviously I don't drink it all, but it is really, my mother-in-law made this and it is pretty tasty.
Does sound good. Fun German fact of the day. One of the words we jokingly call bread is we jokingly call beer is liquid bread.
Liquid bread. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, absolutely. Given how thick some of this stuff. Yeah, I mean, mead especially.
No, it's because of the ingredients.
Oh, well, right. That's fair. That's fair.
Because most everything that goes into beer also goes into bread.
Goes into bread. But I mean, if you think about how thick mead can be, though, like.
Well, mead isn't beer.
No, but it has. But I'm saying, like, I'm thinking of beverages that are in general thicker, alcoholic beverages that are thicker than normal. I have obviously I'm only basing this on having observed others because not me, but that's true actually. Everything that goes into I guess that's true. Okay, so right now we have 3 voting for. I'm going to last call this. We have 3 voting to go to the right, and 1 voting to go to the left. This was good soundtrack choice, Tari. Good work.
You're welcome.
All right, going once, chat. Going twice. Yeah, sudden death means the short period of gameplay. Exactly. Okay, so we are going to the right. Let's find out if we were correct to distrust the Sphinx's words. You think that a trick in the Sphinx's words is that since it is facing you, what is left from its point of view is right from yours. Ah ha ha! So you approach the tunnel to your right. The portcullis rises. You step under it with bated breath and proceed down the tunnel. You are safe for the moment. There is the tramp of marching feet up ahead, but the sound is getting fainter. You will not have to test your disguise immediately. The tunnel ends at a large... Oh, good job, chat. Means I get to have my piece of beer bread. Good work. Thank you for your good choices. Yep. I heard that one too, Trivid. Hey, your left or my left? Okay. The tunnel ends at a large, well-lit cavern. There are several other tunnels leading off the cavern. While you wait and watch, a company of orcs emerges from one tunnel, crosses the cavern, and goes down another tunnel. Orcs. Wow. You watch for 10 more minutes and 2 more patrols pass through the cavern. There is a large pile of ancient bones close to one wall of the cavern. Will you go over to the pile of ancient bones or carry on watching? We do not have the opportunity to flip in this world to the dream world. So this is real world stuff. So chat, $ vote space 1 means we go to the large pile of ancient bones. $ vote space 2 means we keep on watching.
I was down to talk to my doctor about Rebelsis.
Ask your healthcare provider about Rebelsis.
And back to soundtrack almost. Not quite. But now. Look at the bones, man. Thank you for the follow, Christiana Ellis. And let me also say thank you. I don't know whether that's just popping up now for the first time from before, but Christiana Ellis, of course, did a wonderful job GMing Apocalypse Keys. I got the chance to lurk a little bit. I was doing family stuff, so I couldn't hang out for long. But I got a chance to lurk last night and watch the Bag of Giving game. So congratulations on a wonderful session as always. And if you folks are not following Christiana, you should, because she streams over on her Twitch channel a bunch of different stuff. And our very own Prince Justin, it plays with Christiana Ellis, so you should definitely check that out. So thank you for the follow and welcome. Okay. So we've got 3 votes to go to the bones. I'm going to last call this. Ah, Tari, I'm so excited we're doing this again. It's so good.
Yeah, same. And then my voice died. That's so exciting.
You're like, I just thought you were all choked up about it. Like, yeah, same.
No, I had like a really, like I had the flu last month. So.
Oh yeah. I had COVID 2 weeks ago, so I know.
Well, I didn't have COVID, weirdly. Like, it was weird. Like, I went actually out to hang out with some friends on the weekend, and then, like, the day after, we got, like, a message, yeah, sorry, we tested positive for COVID. And then we got tested, and it's, like, negative, and then I got sick, and I was like, but this doesn't feel like COVID, and the tests keep being negative. Turns out that at the same time, a flu wave was going around.
Yes, so. I had heard that elsewhere, actually, not just in Germany. I'd heard that in the States as well. Although it peaked very early, which is good. We got really lucky in the Northeast from one point of view because it's been a pretty warm winter. It's not been great for the kids because the kids have wanted snow, and we literally have not had a flake like stay on the ground for longer than an hour. So that's been bad. But in other benefits in terms of like heating bill costs and other things, it's been beneficial. So.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let me get rid of that because we are now officially done. In case anyone's curious about that artist, by the way, that is Allison Eldred, I believe, is the agent. And so not the artist, I misspoke. Allison Eldred is the agent. Ian Miller is the actual artist. And this original was sold for US $650. And it says that it was sold, which is pretty cool stuff. Oh, also, chat, I didn't have a chance to let you folks know this, but I'm finally just about fully moved into the office. It only took me a year and a half as opposed to not ever being fully moved into my office in my last house, so that's good. Over 10 years. But I have now put up a 2nd edition D&D poster from the Dungeon Master's Guide of 2nd edition, and I have 2 more posters that I'm getting frames for. One of them is Meridian 59, if anyone's familiar with that game, kind of a smallish poster, and the other one is Talisman, and I want to show you the actual poster because I'm very excited about it. Anyway, that stuff is going to be hung up since we're talking about art. So one of them, and then we'll get back to this vote. One of them is, let me get rid of that. One of them is this. This is Meridian 59. And again, if those of you who don't know about Meridian 59, this was really the first graphical MMO. Even, it wasn't ahead of like MUDs and stuff like that. But Meridian 59 was my first introduction to this stuff, and I spent many a happy hour tying up my phone line because this is way before, this was all dial-up at the time, playing this game. Meridian 59 was such a cool game. Yes, even more jank and grind than EQ, but it was not level-driven, though. You technically could rise to very high levels, as I did, if you could bluff people into thinking that you were higher level than you were, as I did. So let me tell you stories about that sometime. Very cool. And then this one, which is Pride and Joy. I'm happy to keep getting this framed. Talisman, the 2nd edition Talisman, which of course I have over there. I love this poster.
Very nice.
It's a classic. In the days when Games Workshop did something other than Warhammer all the time. So, anyway.
Oh, like when we went out to buy St. Nicholas presents in November.
Excuse me.
So, like, context, in the Netherlands, we do presents on St. Nicholas Day, not on Christmas.
Okay.
So, like, gift buying is usually in November. St. Nicholas Day being on December 6/7/5. Depends. But actually at the toy store, I saw a copy of like the newly issued Hero Quest, and I almost bought it until I noticed, no, this is the Dutch version.
Yeah, that is cool though.
Version. Like, I fucking loved playing Hero Quest back in the day, and like, I never had my own copy, but
that is
yeah, I
very
do want
cool.
an English copy though, not a Dutch copy. So
that's that's one of those things that, right, when you happen to just stop and play, you're like, wait, you have this original? That, the best place for stuff like that, Tari, is game conventions. Actually,
I know that.
You should go to think about seeing if you can get to Essen one year. Because
you mean at the Spiel, where I also had my own table at some point?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But at that convention, they also would be mainly selling stuff in German then.
Well, I guess that's
English
true.
stuff would only be the case if there is no German translation, usually.
So they don't. So it's not usually the case that they have English also versions there. It's usually just the German.
I mean, it can happen, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Okay. Well. Okay. So Chad has decided to go over to the pile of ancient bones. All right. Let's find out. Once you are fairly well. I would love to go one year. I've never had a chance to go. I would love to go one year.
Well, if you ever go, like, let me know. I'm coming with you.
Of course. I'm very. At some point, I'm going to make a trip to Germany, because there are multiple people, including you, that I want to see, and Pyron Jade, and.
Well,
other
I'm not
folks
in
that I wanna
Germany
see,
anymore, though. So.
Well, okay, sorry, that's true. I would have to go to the Netherlands. Twist my arm. I'd have to go to the Netherlands instead. That would be hot. That would be so terrible. And I've only ever been to the airport in Amsterdam. That's it. I've never actually been into Amsterdam more broadly.
Can you pronounce that actually?
Which one?
the name of the airport in Amsterdam.
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Oh, I'm just gonna put it in chat and then you can try.
Oh God. This is Tari always makes fun of my pronunciations of these words. All right, let me see. Schiphol?
Schiphol.
Ship is a she like a
Sch.
Schiphol? Schiphol?
Schiphol.
Schiphol. That was pretty close. Schiphol.
Yeah, actually.
No,
Sorry,
I don't think
saw
it's
Effect Live also.
yeah, that's exactly. It's not schizoid embolism. Is it shy pole? Yeah, that was Skippo? A skipper. Okay. No, I didn't. So that's the airport in Amsterdam?
Yes.
Interesting. How many airports, like big airports, are there in the Netherlands? Are there just?
I think that's the one.
That's the only one.
At least the one that like all the big international flights go through. That
Yeah.
I know of.
That's true,
and, like,
Carol.
The other one that people might use is the one in Bristol, actually.
Okay.
How do you pronounce it in English? Brussels? Brussels.
Brussels.
But that is Belgium.
And Carol's
Tiny
right that when you're on the
countries
continent, distances mean nothing compared to the U.S. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, honestly, because I before COVID hit, I had prepped a whole world building thing that I was going to try to teach abroad at the Rome campus at St. John's. And then COVID hit, and that didn't happen, obviously, and so the program shut down. But I'm going to try to put it together again and see if I can do it, because I would love to be able to. I've always felt vaguely more European than American anyway. I just by temperament.
More European.
By temperament, like I've had the occasion to be able to go to Germany before, and I've had the occasion to go to very, very little bit of France. But I really have not had the opportunity to go to. I haven't even had the opportunity to go to England, and my doctorate involved Renaissance English drama, y'all. Like travel is expensive, and so. But I would love to be able to do that now, because I have all of these people that I would love to visit, friends of mine in various places in Europe, and it's doable because it's not like, as Caro said, it's not like unbelievably 50,000 miles from one spot to the other type of thing. Yeah, the old country, exactly, Big Boss. Right, I can go back to Scotland and I can see where my clan was routinely ambushed and obliterated. Like, because that was my clan. The Wilson clan, which is a very strong clan, let me be clear. The Wilson clan's job was basically to get ambushed by everybody, but we were survivors and we're still here. Our job was to be ambushed but not be destroyed. You can't wipe out a Wilson. It's very hard. Very hard to do it. Okay. Once you are fairly well hidden behind the bones, you start to wonder what they are doing there. They're too old to be the refuse of the tunnel's present occupants. You see cloven skulls and other signs that these people did not die peacefully in their sleep. You also see that the skeletons are mainly human. It dawns on you that these must be, I know, right? Dark Elf ambush, seriously, rather. These must be the remains of a force that fought against the legions of evil in the Great War which ravaged Cool centuries ago. In the past, these tunnels have seen bloody combat. It heartens you that these underground warrens were once home to such heroes. Maybe there are traces of good left in this nest of evil. It could be worth your while to explore a bit. Add a luck point. Hey, add a luck point. We're back up to full. And turn to the page where I hope they're going to show us provisions. Please. Please, provisions. We desperately need food. You cannot
Cover
stay...
your nose, too.
we need stuff. What's up, Brahms? You could be like my family and change your last name because the original was too hard to pronounce. Yeah, well, Wilson didn't have that problem. I can get from one side of Belgium to the other one in about 2 hours, even with traffic. In the U.S., there are places where you need this amount to get from one side of a city to the other. Right. If you go from the southwestern corner of my home state of Connecticut and you go to the northeastern corner, it'll take you about 2 hours to get across the state. And Connecticut's a pretty small state. In Texas, that might get you across you could take 10 hours to cross Texas, or 12. Or California. Go from the southern tip of California to the north, and it could take you, multiples of that, right? So it would be crazy.
For context, so Belgium is tiny even by European standards. I'm from North Rhine-Westphalia, which is one of the German federal states.
Okay.
And that entire state is bigger than Belgium.
How long would it take you to get
area and what's it called? Like amount of people.
Right, demographic, their population. Yeah.
Population.
How long would it take you, Tari, to get from the south of Germany if you were driving, say on the Autobahn? I know it doesn't go all the way down, but could, from the south all the way up to the north of Germany, like the farthest distance that you could cross over.
So
how long
like
would it take, do you think?
from like the Bodensee to like Denmark border,
Yeah.
basically, right? Well, considering all the traffic jams all the time, probably 50 days.
On the Autobahn?
No, there's like traffic jams all the fucking time. It's
Okay.
so annoying. But yeah, let me look it up actually.
Caro says about 10 hours. Okay. So it would
Sounds
take,
about
so the
right.
state of Texas, it would take you about the same amount as it would take to cross over. Michigan takes 10 hours point to point. Yeah, and Michigan's a good sized state too. See, New England as a whole, as a region, and that's Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. That, if you put those states together, you can get the tip of northern Maine all the way to southern Connecticut. That would probably be a good 9. Yeah, about 8, probably 8 hours. Arudinal might know better than me, actually. Arudinal, how long do you think it takes to get from like northern, like the Canadian border, right, to the southern border of Maine? We're talking cars, I think, Big Boss, more than bullet train. Although, admittedly, bullet train, I'm an American. I don't know about these fancy things like actual real transit. 10 hours tops. Yeah. Yep. Like getting across the state of New York actually takes a lot. If you go from the southern tip of New York State and you were to go from there all the way up to like Niagara, or Buffalo, that is like a 9-10 hour. Can be a 9-10 hour trip. Your mom made the drive to Florida in a day from Central Maine. Sure, if a day meaning an actual 24-hour day, like yeah, I could see that. Sure. Okay. You cannot stay here forever. You can easily find a time when the cavern is empty of patrols to enter one of the other tunnels, but which one? There are 4 to choose between, not counting the one you've recently come from, and by now you have seen patrols either emerging from or entering all 4 tunnels. While you are pondering the matter, 2 patrols emerge from 2 of the tunnels and go down the other 2. You reckon that the tunnels they have just come from are now likely to be more clear. Now, it gives you an option, but we have a third option, chat, because we can flip to the dream world here. Remember, when we flip to the dream world, our body, physical body, becomes invisible. So we can either flip to the dream world, we can take the northern tunnel or the western tunnel. So let me put that up on a poll. So flip to the dream world.
Secret tunnel through the mountain.
Travel the northern tunnel. Or travel the, what did it say? Western tunnel? Yeah, the western tunnel. All right, Chad, here we go. Okay. So there we go, chat. $ vote space 1 if you want to flip to the dream world. $ vote space 2 to travel the northern tunnel, and $ vote space 3 to travel the western tunnel. I'm loving these silhouetted dark elves. I don't know if you're finding them a pain, Tari, but they look awesome.
No, actually, these are fun.
Which way did the orcs go? So the problem is, Caro, they went into and out of all of them. That's the problem. 2 patrols. So 2 patrols just came out of the northern tunnel and the western tunnel, which is why I think the book is giving you those 2 choices. But you've seen patrols come in and out of all of the tunnels. That's why the flip the dream world thing may be an option too. I don't know. But who knows, though? May not work.
Secret to everybody.
It's a secret to everybody. It's dangerous to go alone. This is a really interesting concept, this just dream world in a game book point of view.
I already told Arf earlier in the green room, as we say, how absolutely excited I am for the new campaign. So I would like to point out that like people who are watching here who are like expecting a certain art style to happen for the character portraits, like, I have to warn you, I'm using a very different art style for the character portraits, who are gonna be very cartoony, you know, like Saturday morning.
It's a super good style, though. Let's just be clear.
Thank you.
It's a super cool style. You do get saddle options. Yeah, I saw that, Brahms, actually. I ended up beating Ghost of Tsushima the other day. And so before that, I ended up getting the horse that allowed me to do that. So really loved Ghost of Tsushima. But chat, for those of you who did not hear this before, now that we have finished Ghost of Tsushima, the next game that we're playing, the sort of, in quotes, video game, is the last sorcery book from Inkle, Inkle's Sorcery 4. So we're going to be playing that starting next, The Crown of Kings. Widely considered the greatest game book ever made, The Crown of Kings, and I'm been so impressed with how Inkle has done everything that I'm excited to see what they do with this one. So yeah, I have. I'm going to be doing more of it off stream, like the extra island and stuff like that, but not on stream. The time had come. Okay, we are going to flip to, looks like flipping to the dream world is what chat is thinking. Music is from Neverwinter Nights 2 soundtrack. Sorry.
Oh, where's the music?
Sorry. Mask of the Betrayer soundtrack. I don't know. It's playing on mine. Right now I'm on the Mulson
like YouTube does that annoying thing where it's like after some time it's like, do you want to keep watching?
I
see. That you like don't just tap out and listen.
I see. Yeah, no, it's Mask of the Betrayer Big Boss soundtrack. Okay. So... Right. Let's close it up. Flipping to the dream world. Okay, here we go, chat. The view before you twists and heaves. Is it the entrails of some immense monster or the coils of a serpent? And then while you watch, it changes again into a sinister landscape of wild country with waterways running through it. Well, it strikes you that what you see here parallels the real world of tunnels, but on a much larger scale. A narrow tunnel becomes a wide river. The solid rock between tunnels becomes bizarre and bloated countryside. While the dream world retains this much similarity to the real world, you had better choose which way to go. 4 choices, chat. Will we follow a river which runs west, east, north, or northeast? Now, I don't think the river runs west, east, north, or northeast. I think what they mean is you can follow the river which runs west, or you can go east, north, or northeast. So let me open up those options. So follow the river which goes west, or
the Yellow Brick Road.
The Yellow Brick Road, exactly. Go east. Go north, or go northeast? Question mark. Which for some reason they hyphenate. They call it that, but I don't know why. All right, there we go. For the launch of Renegade, Tari draws panels while Arv reads from Greyshade and comments in the creative process. Well, I mean, listen, I would not in any way object to the idea of Tari being involved in something like that if Tari was willing.
Wait, what was it about? I wasn't like, I was like in the zone just
It's
now.
that you said you committed to illustrate everything for me going forward for no reason.
I see.
No, that's not. It was Big Boss suggested that when we launch Renegade, which is the sequel to my novel Greyshade that's coming out later this year,
yes,
that you could draw panels while I read from Greyshade and comment on the creative process.
Like different scenes.
A couple of different scenes, yeah, like sort of like what we do for this. If Tari is up for something like that, this would not be happening for another, 5 months at least. But if Tari was up for something like that, I mean...
Well, I'm not gonna like commit to anything right now, but we can certainly talk to it.
Okay.
Talk about it.
Yeah, so that's a possibility. Thank you for the suggestion, Big Boss. Maybe would be the word that I would use. Perhaps. Okay, so chat, are we following the river which goes west? That's $vote space 1. Are we going east? Again, this is all in the dream world. $vote space 2. We going north? That's $vote space 3. Or northeast, $vote space 4. Excuse me.
Why do I always give like the characters from these books weird hairstyles? It's like
I just assumed it was an action shot, so like you
no.
get to see the full...
This one has like half of the head shaved.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Like a one-sided undercut.
It feels very like in this book very punk to me, which seems appropriate. I feel like it's a punk elf,
Punk elf. Yeah, it was like mainly inspired by like judging by my old sketches. I don't remember what I was actually thinking at the time. I based this apparently on like the aesthetic from ElfQuest, on the Wolf
I could
Rider.
see that. I also thought I wondered if there was any Shadowrun aesthetic in this, but yeah, I could see ElfQuest, sure.
Well, I don't really have like a Shadowrun connection, so to speak. Like, yeah, I like dabbled a little bit, played it a very little bit.
But not as well as what ElfQuest, which you knew very well.
Oh
course,
yeah, like I fucking love ElfQuest.
Yeah. Yep, it fits. I agree. Okay, we have 2 votes for Following the River, which goes west, 1 vote for Going Northeast.
ElfQuest is like easily one of my biggest artistic inspirations. So.
Yep, that I can totally see that. Can totally see it. You're so predictable and obvious. No, I totally see it. There we go. Okay, we're going to last call this chat. Last call. I see chat is very uncertain where they want to go. This is good music for this, too.
Good music in general.
Yes. All right. And... all right, we're going to follow the river which goes west by the power of chat. Okay. You are walking through a field of flame, but you are not burned. You wonder why, and as soon as you do so, you feel a change come over you. You are now a salamander, a lizard-like creature which can endure great heat. For more, check my graphic novel Icarus, available from the award-winning Athos Arts. You tell yourself that this is just as well, since you seem to be living in the mouth of a volcano. Will you explore over the lip of the volcano, or will you go deeper into the volcano's mouth? All right, chat. Simple 2 choice here. This is all the dream world. Can't flip out of the dream world yet. Do you want to explore over the lip of the volcano? That's $vote space 1. Or will you go deeper into the volcano's mouth? That's $vote space 2.
You have to go deeper.
Must go deeper because we are now a salamander. Now, I should say a salamander. We are not a giant salamander. That'll be a whole different thing. We're just a regular salamander.
Lurch.
All of
Well,
it.
technically Lurch isn't salamander. Salamander is a salamander, but Lurch is... what are they called? I can't think of the English word.
And of course,
Like the animal family that salamanders belong to.
Lizards or reptiles.
No, they're not reptiles.
Salamanders are not reptiles, really?
No, they're amphibians.
Oh, interesting. I guess I didn't know that. Salamanders are also another thing.
Yeah, a brand of shoes, actually.
Well, yes, I wasn't thinking about that. They're also ranged weapons. Salamanders could be used using like two-handed weapons, basically.
Yes, improvised weapon salamanders launched at high velocities.
But only if they're shoe brands, right?
Isn't that like a stereotype about like Mexican grandmas throwing their slippers at their like grandkids?
Right. Yep. Right. Yeah, I didn't realize that salamanders are amphibians. Interesting. All right, we're going to last call chat. We have 2 votes right now for suggesting that we go deeper into the volcano's mouth. We must go deeper into the mouth of the volcano.
Well, if nothing else, this is very good practice on like trying to find shortcuts to drawing tassels on clothing. Like, I don't know why I gave this guy tassels. Tassels are an absolute pain to draw.
That's funny. Okay. All right, going once, going twice. All right, so we have decided to go deeper into the volcano's mouth. You scramble down the inside of the volcano. Sulfurous smoke either trickles from cracks in the rock or is expelled in jets. Your salamander self revels in this situation. You go down and further down until you are clinging in true lizard fashion face down on a sheer rock, only a few meters above a bubbling pool of lava. Your skin spontaneously ignites. Now it says you gain a power point, but I think we can't because I think we're maximum. Unlike other faculties, your power score may exceed its initial level. I am incorrect. Hell yes, we are up to 15 power then. You let yourself go into the lava, and in your dream it seems that you fall for an eternity. Instead of landing in a deep pool, however, it is as if you break through a thin veil of fire. You jump through to a burning ring of fire. You fell into a thin veil of fire. Okay, and you end up on cold, solid rock. When you look up, you can see the lava hanging mysteriously above you. It seethes turbulently, like storm clouds moving in the wind and lit by the glow of an evening sun. This recollection of normal life jerks you back to being an elf again. You explore the rocky cavern with its mysterious and disturbing ceiling and find a tunnel. It leads you straight into a different dream world. This is really, it's actually good writing for this. Very interesting. Okay, you would definitely rather not be here at all. Your surroundings seem normal enough, but that only increases the terror you feel. It is as if you were walking along a forest track, knowing that you were entering the jaws of death, or worse, about to commit some horrendous crime yourself, but are unable to stop yourself. Whatever lies waiting for you up ahead, you are sure that it will take great power to overcome it. Now, chat, I do have a question because we are given the option to flip out of the dream world here. So, simple choice. Do we flip out of the dream world back to the real world or not? So, $ vote space 1 is yes, flip out of the dream world. $ vote space 2 is no, stay in the dream world. Have you tried just writing the word tassels right onto the clothes? That would just like big sign tassels and point it down to the...
It's like going, hey, if you like don't want to draw, why don't you just become a writer? You know?
Exactly. All we have to do is just say, yeah, well, that changes. I'm here to tell you from personal experience, that changes the first time you see a illustration based on your work and you're like, oh, yeah, you could just do that scene, I guess. That's just what I said in like 500 words and you did it in one picture. Okay, that's fine. Like literally the picture worth 1,000 words is 1,000,000% true. Like that's 100% true. It's the most humbling experience. I started seeing stuff from Icarus and I was just like, oh, yeah, that's it. So I've seen the word fringe used to draw fringes before, which is pretty cool. Yep. Block of
I think
wood
that's just a
maybe
fringe
it is.
case, to be honest.
Ah, I see what you did there. Pretty edgy.
Hey.
Hey. Okay.
Now these puns just border on stupid.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'll have to try hemming them in. Ha
Hey. Oof.
I'm waiting for Rising Tides to come in and just start going boo. Like is he like his reaction? Boo this man. Boo or these are great. Takes me that long to create a scene in Blender. I'd sometimes be able to do 1,000 words quicker. Yeah, but this is like I go through this with musicians all the time, where musicians are like, man, you know, like, how did you produce that lyric and sing that note or play the trumpet? I'm like, how do you play 5 notes at once and then alter it to make completely different sounds on your guitar? Like, what wizardry is this? So I feel like everyone is always just like looking at the other person and being like, no, your work is unbelievable. Yeah, Arudnal suspects this whole stream is unraveling. It is hanging by a thread. It is hanging by a thread. It's true. Writing is easy. Cross out all the wrong words. That's classic Mark Twain. Oh, man. He's great. Okay, so we have decided to flip. Actually, wait. So it sounds like people, just to be clear, it looks like people voted not to flip out of the dream world. Okay. People are sticking in the dream world. They're like, you know what? Dream world or bust. You still seem to be walking along a peaceful forest track, and you see another wood elf walking towards you. At first you think that this wood elf is just like yourself, but then you realize that it is yourself. You move to the left and your double moves to its right. You step backwards and so does your double. You will have to fight your double. It has the same power score as you. Roll 2 dice. If you roll 2 to 7, your double has reduced your power by 2. If you roll 8 to 12, you have reduced its power by 2. Yeesh. All right, let's do it then. All right, Caro. So it's got power of, it has power 15, just like us. So let me put this up in the battle thing. So we're just going to put, he only has one thing, which is just power 15. Okay, you're going to be doing the rolling on this one. So 2 to 7, double has reduced your power by 2. 8 to 12, we've reduced its power by 2. Yeah, we just roll. Okay, 11, so we've reduced its power by 2. Good start. Okay, next one. So you'll be making a bunch of these rolls, basically. So we're at 13. He's at 13 now. We're still at 15. 6, so that means that we have lost 2 power. Okay. Tied up. We're at 13, they're at 13. Eight, okay, so we have reduced it by 2. Excuse me. Okay. We're sitting at 13 power. It has 11 power. 2, sorry. Yeah, stamina based, we would have been out of this fight immediately. Okay, down to 11. So we're tied up, 11 to 11. They have a slightly better chance, he does, because he has 1 in 6 chance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have a 1 in 5 chance. So it's a little unfortunate. 7, so we're down to 9 power. Totally. Okay, 9. So now he is down to 9. This is a back and forth fight, as you might expect. I might actually put a save point before this because I think my save point that I put here is wrong. This is not the right save point. So I don't know how I did that. Oh, no, I see what I did. Another 9. Okay, so he's down to 7. So we are at 9 power. He's at 7 power. Three. So we are at 7 power. He is at 7 power. This back and forth continues. I wish we could use luck on this, but I don't think we can. Doesn't look like... Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything with luck that affects power specifically. So there was a 6. Okay, so we're down to 5 power. He's at 7, we're at 5. Okay. I assume that wasn't 2 6s in a row. I think that was just 1 6. If I got that right, Carol. 1 6. Okay. On we go. 8. All right. Man, this is close. As you would expect, I guess. All right. We got to win. Let's see. 3, 1, 0. So we've got to win one more round than this guy. We can do it. Ugh. Okay, that wasn't one of the rounds. We're down to 3 power. He's at 5. Nine. Okay. He's at 3. We have to win 2 rounds before he wins 2 rounds. It's as simple as that. We have to win 2 rounds before he wins 2 rounds. Pray to the gods of the dice.
I think I'm done with this one.
That is so cool. That's freaking awesome. I love that. Kind of best out of 3. I guess basically best out of 3, Big Boss. That looks great. 10. Okay, he's down to 1. We just need to win 1 more round before he wins 2. Come on, you can do it. And then we'll be able to decide what the next drawing might be, because we'll probably have time for 1 more, I imagine, Tari.
Much longer are we going?
For about 4, I think we're going to about 3:15, 3:20, so about 45 minutes.
Okay.
So 1 more. Yes! Success! We did it! Oh my goodness, Caro, that was close. 3 power left, but we took down our double. Jeez. Good work, Caro, especially because we were at slight disadvantage there. I hope we get a benefit of that. Because of the nature of this extraordinary and spooky battle, you may restore only half of your lost power points. Yeesh. Still, though, okay, so we lost 12, right? So we're back up to 9 is what that means. I hope that was worth it, but man, it's good stuff. Yeah, a bit of a break is what Terry needed, a new tablet, because these are incredible. I agree. These are great work. I totally agree.
Thank you.
Okay, as you strike the final blow, not only does your double disappear, but the forest around you shimmers and then vanishes. Oh, by the way, I'm putting a save point there right now. That deserves a save point, 100%. Okay, the forest around you shimmers and then vanishes. You feel lonely and lost. The feeling affects the dream world, and you find yourself in the middle of a vast desert. A telltale ripple in the sand shows that we have entered the streaming world of Dune. No. Shows that a giant sandworm is passing by. Will we leap on to the back of the sandworm for a ride or not? So let me pull up the poll there. Very simple, chat. $ vote space 1. We leap onto the back of the sandworm. Not $ vote space 2. We can't flip out of this back into the real world yet. Immediately chat's like, yes, we would like to ride on the back of a sandworm, Marv. Why are you even asking us this question? Oh, you're doing the salamander. I love it.
Yes.
I love that. I love that whole sequence because it was like, yeah, you love being a salamander. It's a dream. Like, you know, I love it. Okay. I did not want to go to Arrakis. Listen, Rudnell. The chat must flow. Know what I'm saying? Shailud? For he is the Kwisatz Haderach, yeah. You can't vote on this one, Emily? Yeah, it's not killing the sandworm. It's just jumping on the back of the sandworm. Oh, it's not even that? Wait, is the salamander going to have the half-shaved hair? Like
no, I don't think I'm going to do that one.
Oh, I see, Emily. I see. Yes. Gotcha. All right. Well, Chad has decided to leap onto the back of this sandworm. So let's see what happens. Test your luck. All right. This one's easy, Caro. I'm going to have you roll it, but you can't miss it, actually, because we have 12 luck. So you just roll 2 dice. It's just basically, I always call this clearing the die roll because the next dice roll will be something else. So go ahead and roll, but you can't miss it on this one because we have an amazing amount of luck. Which is good because we've still only got, let's be clear, 1 health point. Thank you, Caro. Okay, so we are, in fact, lucky. The creature speeds off. You cannot tell what direction it takes since there is no sun in this dream world. After some time, an hour, a year, you sense that the beast is about to dive under the sand. Now, this is another 3-choice option, chat, because we're being given the option to leave the dream world here again. So, should we leave the dream world? Should we remain on its back? Or jump off before it dives under the sand? So, flip back to the real world. Question mark.
Snap back to reality.
Snap back of its reality. Remain on its back. Or jump off before it dives. No, no, Caro. If you're tied with it, equal to or less means that you're lucky. You don't have to be below. If you're tied, the rules in the book say that if you're tied or less, then you get it. You have to be above it to fail. Benny Hill images. Wow. Chad is like, I want to ride this thing forever. Let's be clear, chat. This isn't a luck dragon. It's a sandworm, okay? I just want to make sure we're clear.
Did you ever actually read the Neverending Story?
The original, yes, once, but it's been a
Yes,
long
okay.
time.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. Yep. Good stuff, too.
Yes.
Very
One
good
of my
work.
favorite books. Like, I remember reading this as a kid. Like, I had first watched the movie, right? And then I read the book and I was like, wow! The movie's fucking garbage!
Yeah.
Jesus!
There were some cool aspects to it, though. I mean,
No, obviously. But, like, that was, like, my reaction as a kid, you know?
I could see that. The
Like,
nothing.
since then, I'm able to have more complicated opinions on things. More nuanced
Absolutely.
takes.
When I was younger, the freaking eyes of the nothing, the wolf that freaked me out. I was like, oh my god. And then of course the rock guy. They're such strong hands. Is just a dream, or is it? Chad is not sure about this one. We have 1 vote for flipping back to the real world, 2 votes for remaining on the back of the sandworm that's about to dive under the sand, and 1 vote for jumping off before it dies. All right, Chad, I'm going to last call this. Your literature teacher read it to the class in 4th grade, yeah. Another thing like that, which is interesting to do, is to read The Princess Bride, except that I actually think personally, as may or may not be sacrilege, one of the few examples where I can think of where I actually think the film is better than the book.
Isn't that like an actually pretty common take?
No, I think the common take is that the book is better than the film. I think most people say...
No, I mean like specifically for The Princess Bride.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess so.
I
But there
haven't
are a
read
lot
the
of
book, I've just heard other opinions.
Yeah, it's like, the thing is that it does this other... The Princess Bride, the book feels more satirical, and I think the movie feels more... Like, obviously there are moments that are satirizing fairy tales, but it's also got a kind of wholesomeness to it that I think The Princess Bride is a little more cynical, the actual book. So... Plus, you don't get Wallace Shawn or freaking Andre the Giant or any of that stuff in the book, so...
Yes.
The film captured lighting it about. Yeah, it did. There was that one little moment where they were like, we're going to remake this. And then there was an enormous backlash. And they're like, we're not going to remake this. I'm like, yes, this is a perfect movie. You do not need to remake The Princess Bride. Go make another movie or another story, please. Stop remaking incredible work. All right, going once, going twice. All right, chat has elected to remain on the back of a creature that is diving under the sand. All right, let's see how that works out for them, Cotton. Let's see. Remain on its back, right. You hoped that the apparently suicidal decision of letting the sandworm take you underground would dispel this dream and change it to another. Sand fills your mouth and clogs your nostrils, but your hope is not disappointed. Add 1 luck point and turn to 331. Chat, good work. I thought that we were going to finally run into a problem there, but well done. How about all of you? Good work. Amazing. You find yourself walking in a garden where all is peace and tranquility. After your recent experiences, you are at first suspicious of such surroundings. Will you explore the garden or will you leave it? Okay, simple choice here, chat. $ vote space 1 is you explore the garden. $ vote space 2 is leave it. I really like this dream concept in this book. Really, really like this.
The cat is coming to say hello.
Hello, cat.
Hi, Peep. She wants cuddles and or play and or treats.
How old is Lorelai now?
3 years?
Wow, yeah, I guess that about fits.
I think.
We have played around with the idea in my household of possibly getting a Siberian cat. And the reason is that we want to get a dog, but my son is a little nervous about dogs. And also, the Siberian, now there is no such thing as a hypoallergenic cat, but the Siberian, has been proven, produces less of the protein which creates allergies, which is especially an issue for my wife, even though she's been doing allergy shots, bless her, for almost 2 years now. But to try to reduce allergies. So one of the thoughts is we do the Siberian, which are very friendly cats too, very much dog-like cats. And if that works out, and if the allergy situation is okay as well, then a year later we would then get a dog, because they also are very good with other animals, including kids and dogs. So we're thinking about it. So that may be the case, because our house can definitely handle it. If anything, we just need to proof up the holes in this 200-year-old house so that the cat doesn't wander into places that he shouldn't. But anyway, so we're thinking about it, maybe.
Yes. Very nice.
I would hope so. Hopefully it would be, because I was like, I don't know. I'm much of a cat person, but I read a lot about them. I'm like, well, they are super friendly. It's just funny that everyone's like, no, they're great. They're like
super
dogs.
friendly.
Yeah, I know, exactly. You have to base it right. And you can only get Siberians from breeders. You can't do this from shelters, because they've only actually been in the United States since 1997. It's a pretty recent breed for the U.S. It's obviously a very ancient breed overall, but for the U.S., it only just got here. So
You say that obviously. I've literally never heard of this breed. So.
Yeah. No, apparently it's been around since for 1,000 years. Probably a crossbreed, they say, between domestic cats and wild cats that lived in Siberia. It's actually the national cat of Russia, apparently. So,
Kitty cat.
what kind of is Lorelai? Lorelai is a shelter cat, right? Is just a stray type cat?
Yes
or no?
and no. She never actually lived at a shelter. She was fostered.
She's fostered. Okay. Do you know what kind? Was she just a mix, or
She is cat.
there's just cat? Okay. There's no breed in particular.
What would you call that in English? Generic European house cat, I guess, would be the term. Yeah. We don't really care about cat breeds over here. It's short hair, either it has short hair or it has long hair.
Right. And we would be the same
or
way.
it has no hair.
If it wasn't for the allergy situation, we'd be the same way. But the allergies, I would like my wife to breathe. That would be nice. Okay. So chat has decided in its infinite wisdom that it will explore the garden. And I can't blame chat. They're on a roll. Okay, here we go. A stately woman dressed in robes which constantly change color greets you in the garden. She smiles upon you, introduces herself as Galana, goddess of plants and fertility, and gives you a message. This garden may be the last haven you find, but you must persevere even when all seems hopeless. There are 2 ways you may defeat Ishtra. Both require considerable power, but one also requires physical artifacts to channel your power. You decide. You try to ask her what she means, but she is gone. Add 1 luck. Now, we can't do that because we're at maximum. And 1 power point, but we can definitely do that. And turn to 303. All right. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I don't have to turn to 303. There is a choice here, chat, because we were given the option to flip out of the dream world. So we've already seen her. So I think that's it. We've already seen. Let me confirm that we've seen her, and then we can flip out of this. Yes. Yeah, we can do that. So, chat, we have seen her. We got the luck in the PowerPoint. Now the question is, do we basically stay in the dream world, or do we flip now back into the real world? Because we've been in the dream world for a while. So do we stay in the dream world, or do we flip back into the real world? And $ vote space 1 is stay in the dream world. $ vote space 2 is flip back to the real world. So $ vote space 1 is stay. $ vote space 2 is leave. I think that's what I said, right? $ vote space 1 is stay in the dream world. $ vote space 2 is flip back to the real world. I think that's, just to be clear, everyone knows what they're voting for. I think that's what everybody said. Oh, that's a shame, Arud. No, yeah, I have heard of that. But like that can happen to humans too. Humans that are like allergic to their own skin, which sounds like nightmare fuel of a totally different order.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to last call this. Back to reality. Up, there goes gravity. Up, there goes salamander. Up. You better lose yourself in the dream world to beat the demon god Ishtra. Oh, wow, Rudno. I guess the cat's a survivor, though. I mean, if it's managed to get through everything. Okay, and going once, going twice. All right, option 2 has won. So we have decided to flip back to, so remain in the dream world was 1, flip back to the dream world was 2. So flip back to the real world, sorry, was 2. So we are going to flip back to the real world. Also, I'm going to make a note. 2 ways to defeat Ishtra. Both require power, but one also requires physical artifacts. From Galana, who was the goddess of plants and fertility. Okay. Got that? All right, so here we go. We are flipping back to the real world. Your sudden appearance surprises the 2 orcs who were carelessly using their guard room to catch up on lost sleep. You strike one dead before he is fully woken up and turn to face the other. For the first attack round only, the orc has skill 6 because he's still groggy from his nap. Now, here's the thing about this, chat. We have a decision that we have to make here because... So, this is an orc guard. So, right now, he's got a skill of 7, but in the first round, he's going to have a skill of 6. And stamina 6. We should have no problem with this guy. The problem that I have is that we have 1 stamina point. So we have very little margin for error. It will take 3 rounds to kill him in the traditional way. We have a bonus of 3, so we should be able to do this, but we lose 1 round and we're dead. So the other option is to use luck twice. Basically use luck twice. Assume that we're going to be lucky twice, which means we kill this guy in 2 attack rounds instead of 3. So my question to all of you, chat, is... should we use luck or not on both combat rounds? There's no reason to use it on only 1, because if we use it on only 1, then it's going to still take 2 more rounds to defeat him. So the question is, do we use luck or not? The idea would be that we drop down to 10 luck, but we have that potion of fortune in our back pocket, or do we not do that? So you tell me, chat. Do we use luck or not luck? Or it goes like 5 more minutes, Mom. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. No margin for error, basically. Okay, so Kara says we should use luck. Chat agrees. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. All right, so assuming chat's okay with that, then we're going to do that. So, so here we go. We're going to do the dice roll here. First round, we have a 6. So I think we did show up from the dream world at the right time. I think this is the right call for sure. Okay, so 2d6 plus 6 for that first round. It's got a 13. Yeah. Well, you rolled pretty well though, Kara, overall. Okay, so we need, he has a 13 only. So we just need a 3 or a 4 on this first dice roll. He's got the hot hand, exactly. Okay, we got the 4. That's enough. Okay, now I need you to test luck. This one is easy. Obviously, Carol, you can't miss this. So roll 2 6-sided. We're looking for a 12 or less. So obviously, but this is just to clear the dice roll. Scientifically proven to not exist. It's true. My dad always used to get annoyed that they said the hot hand as if there was one hand they were passing around. Okay, so we were lucky. So he's down to 3 stamina now. We have 11 luck. All right, second verse, same as the first. He's now up to skill 7. So now we have to beat that roll. He rolled a 10, so that's very good for us. So roll that next die roll, please, Caro. Again, 2 6-sided. And this time... a 2. Okay, well, that was a good time to have a 2 with me having a 10. So that means that we've hit him. So now luck. So we need an 11 or less. An 11 or less. That's fine. So we're down to 10 luck, but we have defeated him in 2 rounds, and we took no damage ourselves, which we needed to do. All right, good work, Kara. Good work, everybody. Okay, so we did, in fact, win. And we get a health potion, right? Right? No. You look around the room. There is not much of interest. Weapons are stacked in one corner and hanging on the walls, but there are none which look any better than your own. Apart from the weapons, the room is almost bare. The orcs were sleeping on chairs against the table. The table has only a wooden bowl on it. The racks of weapons are numbered in good military fashion, and even the bowl has the number 9 burned into it, which you can take. So we're going to take bowl with number 9. Bowl number 9. A little bit of Monica. Okay. As you are leaving, you see a key hanging behind the door. I'm guessing that we're also doing the key.
At one's attention. Ah.
Oh, the cat?
Yeah.
I was like, I heard a yeek. Will you
Yeah,
lock?
no, that was a cat just like nibbling at my finger.
I see. Okay. So, will you lock the door behind you or make your way north? All right, chat. Very simple vote here. $ vote space 1 is we lock the door behind us because we do have the key. Or we make our $ vote space 2 is make our way north. So do we lock the door behind us? $ vote space 1. $ vote space 2 means we head north.
Right, another one done.
Yay. Yes, we got about 15 minutes is what it looks like. It seems like it to me, Chaotix, but I can't tell for sure. I mean, like...
We had the sandworm.
We had the
orcs.
sandworm. We had the goddess of the garden. Yeah, we had the sandworm or the goddess of the garden were the two ones, or the orcs that we just showed up out of the dream world and then just insta-killed them because they were like, what are you doing here? So there's that. All right. Are we expecting company? Yeah, we don't want to invite them. Join us on our journey.
Stupid music stop again.
Yeah, I had to restart mine this time also. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna
Like, I don't suppose you have Spotify, right?
I don't have Spotify. My rest of my family does actually. I probably should just give in and get it. It's just they're so bad for musicians. Like their terms with the artists are so bad that I struggle to support them. But man, it's so convenient. I don't know.
I'm supposed to draw on the stream, but the cat decided to eat my hand instead.
Well, listen, you need to explain to the cat that, I'm sure it'll work really well. Explain to the cat that
Ow!
there are other things that are needed. Yeah, that's the cat's response. They're like, I'm sorry, as if this matters. Okay.
She absolutely hates it when I'm at my desk.
Oh.
Well, at least when I'm drawing, like when I'm doing something else and I can put her inside my hoodie and then she just takes a nap. But if I'm drawing, then I can't put her in my hoodie because then I have the tablet like resting against my belly.
Yeah, which would not make sense. Why don't you just put her in the back of your hoodie? Like put it on normally, but put it in the back just in your hood. And she could just hang there.
She's a bit too heavy for that.
Probably. Like, why is your neck completely out of alignment? Well, you see. Okay, so we have decided to lock the door. You lock the door with the orcs' bodies inside the room to prevent anyone easily seeing signs of your intrusion into this room at any rate. Add 1 luck point. Hey, we're back up to 11. However, the key jams in the lock and you cannot take it with you. You then carry on north. All right, well, the key jammed, but I have to say we got the luck point, which has to mean that that's probably pretty good. So, turn to 274. I'm going to give us a save point here. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, that's a big problem I've had with Spotify too, Arudino, yeah. Okay, we're going to clear that, and we're going to give ourselves a save point at 274. Okay, you arrive at a crossroads. The stone of the tunnels glistens damply in the torchlight. A main passage runs to right and left, and there is also a tunnel straight ahead, though it is narrow and unlit. And this is an area where we cannot go into the dream world. So, should we go left, right, or straight? And again, there's a main passage running right and left, and there's a tunnel straight ahead, although the tunnel straight ahead is narrow and unlit. So, do we go left, right, or straight ahead? Should have said this. Left, right, or straight ahead? All right, chat. $ vote space 1 to go left along the main passage. $ vote space 2 to go right along the main passage. And $ vote space 3 to go straight ahead.
The thing that's different about a verbal vacation home,
And we
you
have to get
always have the whole place to yourself.
through the ad. Okay, good. Okay. All right. We have 2 votes for left. We have no votes for right. We have 1 vote for straight ahead. This is called Mask of the Betrayer Good Ending. This music.
Oh, which ending did you get, by the way?
Oh God. Well, I think all my people survived, but I don't remember now. I don't remember what ending I got. No, you enter the Mask of the Betrayer having like died in the end of the main campaign, right? Or allegedly died, like being buried below rocks.
Yeah.
Wasn't that what it is? That's the beginning of it. Okay. So I'm remembering the beginning and not the ending.
Sort of. I don't remember it too well. It's been a while.
Yeah, I need to remember what the ending was. I don't recall. I'd have to go look at it again. I thought I got the good ending because I thought that because I think you fight I think you end up fighting. Oh, I'm getting so confused with the end of the the original campaign though, because like I think at one point like you fight Bishop because that guy sucks, and like, but I can't remember for sure.
Well, you fight Bishop in.
But I don't know if that's the main one or the
No, that's the
Betrayer.
main one. In the he only has a cameo in the Mask of the Betrayer.
Okay, so yeah, then I'm thinking of the end of it then. Yep. Ooh, the soundtrack to this one is Lakeshore, but the next one is is soundtrack to the Dream Battle. So, very appropriate. Okay, last call, chat. Last call on this one. All right, going once. Ooh, I'm seeing the theme of this latest drawing.
You decided to draw the what was it, forest goddess?
Right, exactly. The goddess of gardens and plenty, actually.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, well, I got a good ending. I was satisfied that wasn't the best ending because I didn't want to do it again to try to get the best ending, and that was Mask of Betrayer. That could well be. That could well be. I honestly don't remember. Okay, so I've closed it down. We are going left. All right. To the left, to the left.
When gas prices rise,
To the left, to
you
the left.
realize how fast tends
Stop more advertisements. To the left, to the left.
stations.
Okay. Right. Here we go. To the left. You were in a tunnel heading west. After a while, you come to a junction where there is an extremely solid-looking door to your left. It has no keyhole and looks too tough to barge down, so you turn right. There is a smell of fear in the air. Fear and surprise. Our weapons are fear, surprise, and most fanatical devotion to the Pope. Before long, the tunnel is met by another to the right, which is well lit and extends in a straight line as far as you can see. The passage straight ahead, however, is narrow and dark, and has a sign hanging from the roof which reads simply "Danger." It is a new sign and has obviously been put up by some of Ishtra's troops. Will you go straight ahead if you have not done so once before, or go right? We did not go straight ahead before, so this is a simple one, chat. $ vote space 1 means that we go straight ahead down the sign said by Ishtra's troops that say "Danger." And $ vote space 2 means that we are going to go to the right.
Ah, shit. Wrong layer.
All right, chat, what's it going to be? Are you going to go $ vote space 1 allows you to go straight ahead. $ vote space 2 is go right. So let's get this vote in. We probably have 1 or 2 votes more because we do have to do nominations today for the Patreon-fueled Game of the Month as well. Because we're playing that in 2 weeks. Because in 3 weeks, it's the premiere of Shire Adventures. We're going on an adventure!
Woo! Hype, hype, hype.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess it taught you about Fog of War, Big Boss. But all these dungeons do it, and they also assume that a lot of people would map them, too. Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we have 1 vote to go straight, 1 vote or 2 votes to go right.
shopping for your pet is easier than ever.
Okay,
No,
it's another
really.
advertisement. Skip. Okay. This is a longer soundtrack than I thought, actually. All right. Tied up, chat. Tied up. I'm going to last call this. We will need someone to break this tie. $ vote space 1 to go straight ahead. $ vote space 2 to go right. Caro is voted to go straight ahead, okay? Hey, what's up, Secret Agenda? Have not seen you for a while. Yeah, absolutely it has been. Welcome. Happy New Year. Yes. I know. Which year? Well, that's true. Last, what, 2, 3? 2021, 22? No, 23? Okay. Going once, going twice. All right, we're going straight ahead, right down the place where it says danger. Danger, Will Robinson.
Danger, danger. High voltage.
High voltage.
When we touch, when we kiss, when we touch, when we kiss.
You think that whatever Istra's troops find so dangerous might be of interest to you. Of course, it might also be equally dangerous to you. You walk slowly along the tunnel to let your eyes get accustomed to the gloom. You have not gone far when, in the dim light from the tunnels behind you, you see a barred entrance to a cave. You notice it because you have just triggered some secret catch in the ground which has opened the door in the bars. Instantly, the banshee which was imprisoned inside leaps through the door. Welp. You are not misled by its resemblance to an ancient hag. Its claws alone tell you that this undead creature can fight, and it is uttering one of its notorious screams. Roll 2 dice. If the total is equal then, or less than or equal to your skill, then that's one thing. More than your skill is bad. So we need to roll 2 dice, and we need a 10 or less, Caro. This is going to be a very, very hard fight, I can tell you right now, even if we get through this. 6. Okay. So we are okay that way, which means we get to fight it. So it says, you manage to resist the petrifying wail of the banshee, and before it reaches you, you have your weapon ready to fight it. You are fortunate that its long imprisonment has made it a less formidable foe than others of its kind. It is weak, and although it continues to shriek, the screams have no effect on you. I like that it says it's weaker than others of its kind. Okay, take a look at what its actual skill is. 9 skill and 8 stamina against a 10 and 1. This is going to be quite a series of fights, chat. Now, I guess we could reduce this 5 to... If we use luck twice, we can reduce this to 3 rounds instead of 4. We would then definitely have to use our luck potion. Probably would have to use it after that. So are we using luck, chat? Chaotic says yes, use luck. We're doing this because we're trying to shorten battles because we're very winded. We have 1 stamina point. So Chaotic says luck. Caro says luck. We're about to gas out. Yeah, I figured as much. Okay, so here we go. 9, and it's got 8 stamina, so this is going to be a rough one. 19. That's not a great start. All right, we need a 9 to tie, a 10 to beat. This might be over in 1 round, so it may not matter, but 3. Yep, well, that was that fight. So death score equals 1. No, I mean, listen, that was a very difficult situation. The good news is we know what the save point is. It was not very far back. And we also know the situation with this thing. So, yeah. That was a Banshee with that kind of skill. I mean, you know, even like we could win 3 rounds in a row. It's not impossible. We could win 3 rounds in a row. We do have a point advantage on it. But we really, and I mean, we've been looking, but there's just been no provisions. We didn't start with any provisions. There's been no healing, no place to get it. So we've been going for a long time on 1 stamina. I agree. Okay. We didn't even have a way to go back to the dream world. Okay. Let's see. And let's do one more decision, chat, and then we'll save point after that, and we'll call it a day. The only way to raise stamina is to try to find a healing potion or to get a provision, but we didn't start with any provision, and we don't have any provisions now. Like, I mean, so, you know, we've been going a long time on this. All right, I want to minus that because I don't need that. Provisions of which we have none. We didn't even start with any. Okay, chat, last decision, I think, of the day. We already went left last time. I mean, you could go there again because it was the one right before this. So we are at a crossroads. Stone of the tunnels glistens damply in the torchlight. A main passage runs to the right and the left, and there is a tunnel straight ahead, although it is narrow and unlit. Now, to be clear, the tunnel that goes straight ahead, let me just confirm this. The tunnel straight ahead, this is not the straight ahead tunnel that we just found the Banshee in. Because remember, we went left last time, then we had another choice, and instead of going right, we went straight where it said danger, and that's when we actually found the Banshee. So this is not that same straight decision. Just keep that in mind. So with that said, do you want to go left again? Do you want to go right again? Or sorry, not again. Do you want to go right? Or do we want to go straight ahead? And again, this is not the same straight ahead as the last time. Yeah, exactly, Big Boss. It is a problem. It is a problem. And, you know, so far we just have not run into anything. If every road leads to a Banshee, then we're going to have to rely on some serious good rolls. What if this is Ireland? This is a good general question. What if this is all Ireland?
Oops, all Ireland.
Yep, sorry. Oh, Twitch chat, the pipes are calling you. A Banshee's there, it's waiting in the dark. Oh, Banshee boy, oh, Banshee boy. All right. Straight ahead. It looks like everyone's like, go straight ahead right now. Like, just go straight ahead. Okay, going once, going twice. Okay. We're going to go straight ahead, which is a different entry than last time. The tunnel narrows considerably the further along it you go, and it's hard to keep your balance in the dark on the rough, unfinished floor. If you are carrying a two-handed axe, we are not. We are carrying a hatchet and a sword, but not a two-handed axe. So, that means that we are now, the tunnel ends at a T-junction where a broad, well-lit passage runs east and west. This is all you have time to notice for the moment, however, since you have to duck back into your dark tunnel to avoid a patrol of goblins. When they have gone past, will you follow them east or turn west? Now, this chat actually might be a good place for us to stop, and I'll tell you why. Because this also is giving us the chance to flip into the dream world. And the next time we play, please remind me that this spot, which I'm going to have as a save point here, that this also is a dream world spot. Because certainly that would be useful if we had the option to have a third choice, because maybe we flip back to the dream world, or maybe we follow the goblins east or west. So it's going to be great. Oh, because they know me from many previous years at the symposium. That's why. Yes, I will do that. This save point is a dream potential.
It's a dream!
It's all a dream! It was a dream. Okay, dream spot. Okay, good. All right, chat. So as we wrap up for the day, don't leave yet, though. We have to still vote on the game of the month. But so we made very serious progress. We're in Ishtra's lair. 10 out of 10 skill, 11 out of 12 luck. We still have our potion of fortune. We've gradually gotten our power back closer to where we started with, 10 out of 14. We had a very near fight against the double. We got obliterated by a banshee. But other than that, we've had pretty good rolls today. Still no provisions, unfortunately. The big problem is this. 1 out of 18 stamina is the big issue. But, you know, we did manage to get a bowl with a number 9 on it. We did manage to make some serious progress, and we found out that there are 2 ways to defeat Ishtra. Both require power, but one also requires physical artifacts. And we have died once. So that's not, you know, under the circumstances, could have been a lot worse. So I'm going to save this under right there. There we go. Oh, interesting. And now that has come to an end, and we've gotten on to finding Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Chrono Trigger, and Cross relaxing JRPG music. That seems to fit now we're through this. So as soon as Tari is done, we will show that off.
I'm done.
You're done. All right. Awesome. So let's take a look, and then we're going to vote chat on the chat chosen game of the month. Okay, sounds good. Be well, Rudenel. Hope all goes okay. So let's take a look at what we did. Tari, lead us through our drawings that we did.
Yes,
today.
so first I did just a portrait of our main character, whose name I've forgotten again. Grendel Flutterbane, that's right. Because, like, you know, I needed like a proper reference picture, and like for you guys to know and see, because I couldn't show off the drawing from last time because those are my sketchbook. And I did not think to scan them beforehand because I'm a bit of a dum-dum. But yeah, that was that.
Awesome.
Then the battle against the 6 Dark Elves.
I love that.
Thank you.
Look at that. Spears pointing out silhouettes versus the super action-oriented, you know. And we did. That was the kind of set piece of this session, I think, the fight against the 6 Dark Elves in the forest. Great stuff. Love it.
Then just a quick little salamander boy.
Yay, salamander boy, who actually got us some more power because our salamander loved being near lava, so it fit.
Well, according to the legend, they do. Real salamanders don't actually.
That's true. That's true. We're talking about only fantasy salamanders. And then last because this is the goddess that I just said the name of and forgot.
The
Galana.
goddess of gardens and
plants and fertility, it says. So I guess, yeah, so Galana, goddess Galana gave us this info. Look at that. So yeah, so very, very productive and active session that we had today.
Thank you.
And great drawings as always, Chad. I hope you know how fortunate I am that we get to, you know, do this. And I'm very excited that we're back in the saddle on these. So Tari, do you want to let anyone know where they can find, besides you, they'll see you in a few weeks back here for Shire Adventures, and more of this to come next month. But in other contexts, where can they find your art, etc.?
Yeah, people can follow me on Tumblr and on Instagram at TariToons. I'm not on Twitter anymore, for I hope obvious reasons.
Don't blame me.
So yeah, like go follow me there. And aside from that, like for people who have been watching these gamebook streams for a while now, today I had the brilliant idea to make my new player character for the new Lord of the Rings campaign. The great aunt of one Laura Hopestinger, as you may remember, who was our hero for the 2 Lord of the Rings game books we have done previously.
Yeah, because we played 2 of those, chat, on here. So this is an overlap. So it's the great aunt of that character is the Shire Adventures character, which is super
Lavender Hopesinger is her name.
Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm super excited to introduce all these characters. And like I say, when we reveal the character art to all of you in a few weeks, Chad, you're going to love that too. So good stuff. So yeah, follow Tari everywhere at TariToons. And Tari, thank you again.
Well, not everywhere. Please don't follow me in real life. That would be a bit weird.
Well, yeah, no, that's taking it too far. You know, let's just keep this. I was about to say keep it in the dream world, and I'm like, no, that's just as creepy. Just follow on the online.
Please don't follow me in my dreams either.
Don't follow. Definitely don't follow in the dream world. Just follow on the places where normal people follow people. Okay.
Yes.
That's how we do things. But Tari, thank you. This was wonderful, and I can't wait for more. And I'll see you in a few weeks for Shire Adventures. And Also, Tari and I at some point are going to get together on hopefully a few new emotes for the channel as well.
Yes.
Some follower emotes and stuff like that. So, but chat,
Yes,
love
yes.
for the amazing
Wobblers.
TariToons. Tari, thank you so much. This was awesome, and I will see you soon.
Thank you for having me. Goodbye.
Bye bye. All right. Yeah, normal. That's true. Fair enough. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, that was awesome. I was super happy with that. And yeah, we made some excellent progress, as I say, on this chat, and we're going to be able to do more of that down the line. We have officially saved this. So I'm going to get rid of the battle manager. Again, thank you to Effect Life for ArvBot Plus, which is making all of these things possible. And now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what game should Arv play this month. And we're going to be playing this in 2 weeks. So we have nominations, chat, right now for... I think we should have that. Nope, wrong one. Hold on. Properties. There we go. All right, chat. So now you can nominate games for me to play. This is going to be in 2 weeks that I'm going to be playing this, remember. So what have we got? Nominations. What have we got for nominations? Again, I reserve the right to veto anything that I've either played on stream already or will play without you having to nominate it, or if there's a game that I don't want to play, like a horror game or something like that, I just don't think I'm going to enjoy, then I reserve the right to veto, but I try not to do that. So what game should we play this month, chat? 1 nomination per person. What game would you like me to play? Oh, the dice roller with the checkbox enabled. Yes, I can certainly do that. Dice roller. Checkbox is enabled. And give me 1 second here. Hold on. Oh, shoot, wait. I don't want to remove that. Okay. So that should be, yes. Okay, good. All right, there we go. All right, chat. So let's do this quickly. Effect Life certainly has earned the right to do this. So the checkbox is enabled. So yeah, so just go $ roll and then the expression. So $ roll space and then go like 2d6. Can someone do that in chat, please? $ roll space and then 2d6. No, $, not exclamation point. Okay, so $ roll 2d6. So that shows that I have the checkbox enabled, and see how it shows you, chat, that Triffity Mats rolled that number. So that's what Effect Life was talking about. So it shows you that Triffity Mats rolled a 7. So whoever rolls that, like if Caro rolls that again, but just does $ roll, like 1 space, like without a space, $ roll and then space and then 2d6, you should see that pop up as Caro. See, there's Effect Life. There's Caro Hemmed. Super cool. So yes, this is example of why Effect Life has been doing such a great job of this. And there's Emily the Invincible, see? Can I do it? Hey, I rolled an 8. Good stuff. So thank you, Effect Life. Good stuff. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, wait. I'll show last one. See, there's Big Boss with the 3. All right, great stuff. Now I'm going to close that down, but good stuff. Very good stuff, Effect Life. Thank you again for this. Okay. Excuse me. So now let's get that thing. So I saw there was a nomination for I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Roundabout. I have heard of that, but I've never seen it. So I will keep that in mind. Arud, no. Okay, so Roundabout. So this is a game. Wait, though. This is a game, though? Yeah, the nomination wasn't the nomination... Yeah, I Love You, Colonel Sanders. I added that, yes. I saw Triffids. And then, so I added I Love You, Colonel Sanders. And then Roundabout is a game, I think. Roundabout is a game. Not a movie, right? It's a great song, but I assume you mean the game, right, Rudno? So I Love You, Colonel Sanders, Roundabout. Oh, yeah, I mean, Effect Life, you know, Arbot Plus is amazing. No question. You can have decimals if you had a... Oh, that's really... Yeah. No, it works really, really well. Really well. Oh, so it is a game. Oh, very cool. All right. So we have I Love You, Colonel Sanders. We have Roundabout. Do I have other vote choices? Other vote nominations? Now's the time to get it in, chat. 70s B-movie game where you pick up passengers, find secret collectibles, take on dangerous missions, fall in love in a far-out open-world puzzle adventure while driving a revolving limo. I think this is awesome. I'm confused about the constantly revolving limo, but I'm all about it. Sounds good. So those are two choices so far. I Love You, Colonel Sanders, Roundabout. Any other nominations from the lovely people in chat? Anyone else? Or are we just going to have a nice, easy two to vote between for the Chat Chosen Game of the Month? This is going to be voted on, by the way. Final vote will be next Tuesday. And then I'll play it the Tuesday after that. And then the Tuesday after that is Shire Adventures. So. '70s B movie game. That's funny. I am interested. I'm definitely intrigued. It is a little bit. This is from Final Fantasy VII, but it's also, yeah, it's a little Muzak'd up for my taste, maybe. Yes, I did stream Hades. I actually streamed Hades, a couple of sessions of it on my channel. Okay, not really my bag. I got very tired of it after a while. I thought about coming back to it, and then it just dropped farther and farther down my list. And then I was like, you know, there's a reason it keeps dropping down my list. I just don't like roguelike games most of the time. Multiplayer game? I've definitely done that before, Effect Life, with games like Talisman, which I'd love to do again. If the Patreon gets to a certain level, I'd love to do another Talisman tournament, actually. But I've done that before. Those can be a lot of fun. Talisman is great. I've done in the past, I think, a couple of Jackbox games with the community, which is a good time. I think I played a little bit of, not Grim Dawn. I'm trying to remember, was it Diablo? And I might have played a little bit too of a couple of MMOs like Lord of the Rings online, and I probably played a little bit of Star Wars: The Old Republic, I'm guessing. So, yeah. That's true. You should throw a multiplayer game option on there, I guess, Effect Life. If you have one that you're thinking about. Yeah, like if there are any favorites. I know you're saying the idea, but I take that on board. I will take that under advisement for sure. Okay. I mean, I'm sure it seems fine to me, Driffit, as a one-off, you know, type of thing. All right, going once. Going twice. Okay. All right. So, all right, very simple then this month, chat. So we have 2. So if one of my mods would be kind enough to do right. Oh, I guess there's Terraria too as well. All right, you know what? I'm going to add one. I have not played Terraria. I also actually have Barony as well, which I own. Let me put that in instead, actually. All right, Barony. 3 choices. So those are going to go in the straw poll. So we have 3 choices. I Love You, Colonel Sanders, Roundabout, and Barony. And as soon as we can put those, I'm going to leave Terraria out for now because I forgot that I already have Barony, and that's from GOG.com. So I think it's useful to stick with that for now. So that good call, Effect Life. We'll try that and see if people are interested. So I Love You, Colonel Sanders, Roundabout, and Barony. Those are the 3 choices for this month, which when my mods are able to do so because they're amazing and the best, then we'll be able to add that to the main vote command, the next game command, and then people can get their vote in on the straw poll, which is, again, I Love You, Colonel Sanders, Roundabout, and Barony. 3 very different choices. A romance game somehow involving Colonel Sanders, a 70s B-movie game with a revolving limo, and a Minecraft-style running around and trying to survive a roguelite light dungeon. So, yeah, basically 2D Minecraft Terraria. This is my life. Listen, I don't deny it. I do not deny it. I am frequently reminded. I'm just waiting to make sure. Do we at least have what the games are so I can remove this and because like for the straw poll by chance? Yeah, this is very upscale mall. Yeah, you're right, Emily, the more I listen to it. And I love Final Fantasy music. You put this in guitar, it wouldn't sound like that. It's the piano. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure that we had the 3 games. I Love You, Colonel Sanders, Roundabout, and Barony are the 3. So, with it said, I'm going to remove this. Okay, and oh, really? Well, it's just that I already have that, so it kind of works better. I mean, I guess I could do Terraria, but yeah, but you know, we also can return to the idea in a future month as well. For right now, I think we're going to stick with the 3 that we have. But in the future, we will consider also bringing in other options like Terraria, especially if the multiplayer game wins. If Barony wins and it does go well, then I could see myself, you know, coming back to a similar thing, not that same game, but another multiplayer as an option in the next game of the month. So we'll see. Okay. But, chat, I got to rise up on out of here now and get ready because at the top of the hour, I'm going to be over at GOG.com's Twitch channel playing more Chained Echoes. I had a lot of fun with this. It's a new JRPG, or an homage to JRPG. It's actually not Japanese. It's written, I believe, by a German developer. But it is an homage to JRPG. A lot of Chrono Trigger in this. You could definitely feel vibes of that. Some Secret of Mana as well. So very cool. I really enjoyed myself playing it last week. Co Carnage, actually, I noticed has been playing it on his channel. So we are going to play a little more of it over there. That's going to be happening at 4 p.m. Eastern. Then I will be off the next couple of days, and I'll be back on Friday with D&D with viewers Into the Unknown. That'll be happening Friday night. And then Saturday, we have the premiere of Season 3 of Eberron, Oracle of War. This season is entitled Dogs of War, and the first part of Dogs of War is entitled Parliament of Gears. And we will have several surprises, not just the video that we've got going on. There's a new intro-outro video, but also we have something else, which you're definitely going to want to be here to see. So that's going to be happening up on Saturday. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, I know. A $14 spot. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true, Emily. Oh, my goodness. 100%. And I'm excited for it, Brahms. It should be good times. So, okay. I think we also may have it pinned in the Discord as well. Triffid, I want to say. I believe. But anyway, but I'm going to rise up on out. Thank you, as always, to all of you lovely folks. If you like what you saw and heard, please follow the channel. Check out our YouTube at !ArvTube. Sub to me over there. You can see all the past broadcasts of this and other streams. !ArvCord is the Discord channel where you can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. !ArvTweets is my Twitter, where I'll always post when I'm going live. Website, arvaneleron.com. Financially, !ArvShop is the merchandise area. !ArvTrayon is the Patreon, sitting right over there. Gets you cool things for the channel, including that moving towards that talisman tournament I mentioned. Also another Arvanaut Idol, if you like the writing contest we do here. Love to do another one of those if the Patreon can get high enough. So that, if you support the Patreon, plus you get cool stuff for yourself individually as well. And it supports the channel in general, of course, as does subbing to the channel. So that is always appreciated. So those things are there too. And then we've always, as always, we've got the publishing stuff to support. Icarus for my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Library, my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And Greyshade, which is my novel Greyshade that came out last year. You can order that right now. You can also pre-order Renegade, coming out later this year. You can pre-order Heretic, which will be coming out next year. You can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade, coming out later this year, and the audiobook coming out later this year as well. So there's lots of stuff that you can actually get. So there's that. And then, let me see. I think that's all I need to mention with the publishing stuff. Last but certainly not least, BLM, Black Lives Matter. Very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, Ukraine, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war. This is our chance to fight back in a small but meaningful way, and stand up for those who have been devastated by this conflict, and send a message that we'll do that in other cases as well. That's going to be it for me. I'll see you at the top of the hour at 4 p.m. Eastern for GogCom's Twitch channel and Chained Echoes. Special thanks today to the amazing and awesome TariToons for her amazing illustrations. So happy that we're back in the saddle of this for this. It was great. And thank you, chat, for being awesome as always. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Arudinel, Chaotix, Emily the Invincible, TariToons, and Triffity Mats. Thank you all so much for being the best in the business. Thank you to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers. Thank you to Arudinel, Chaotix, Emily, Tari, Triffid, Effect Life, Big Boss, Brahms, and Redlear. Thank you so much. And thank you to my viewers. Thank you to Zero One-Ella, Abjui. Thank you to Avasemaphore. Thank you to Big Damn Judge. Thank you to Dragon Spear, who is lurking apparently. Thank you to Jagtress. Thank you to Caro Hemd. Good rolling today, Caro. Thank you to Nonstop. Thank you to Real Red Fox. Thank you to Secret Agenda. Good to see you again, Secret Agenda. Thank you to T-Bank. And thank you to Valentina Alcaraz. Always appreciated. Much love to all. And I will see you folks over at the top of the hour for some GogCom's Twitch channel goodness with some Chained Echoes. That's it for me. Thanks, everyone. Much love, and I'll see you folks soon. And more of this book that we just played next month as well. That's it for now. Catch you folks in a little bit, and everyone be good to each other. Bye for now.